hello everyone. How are you all doing? We have the lovely pending here. I don't know, you put lovely or cool one.
All of these are me.
You know what? That is entirely true and fair. So we are going to stick with that. Hello everyone. Welcome. Now I'm actually visible. Or we
Welcome,
are
welcome.
visible. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, I have once again managed to snag pending for giving you some Japanese practice and me a very fun
Yee.
co-host to work with.
I will learn about Yuri and Ruku or Riku?
Riku? Huh?
Riku.
Wait, why
Rita?
Riku? Oh, Rita? Yeah. We'll learn about Yuri and Rita. Yeah, you're
Rita.
going to need to play Rita. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. What did we have to do here? We just got into Nordopolica, so we just went through the Aethrum, the ghost ship, and now we're delivering. Well, Raven has a letter to deliver to Belius. We just wanted to meet up with Belius to ask about stuff. Specifically, we think Belius might know something about why Pharaoh called Estella poison, which, I mean, to be fair, you and I already know, given we have been through this game. I've been through it many times at this point.
You have indeed.
Yeah. Gonna quickly take a look at the weapons they have, because if I remember right, yeah, no, we already did this. Cool. Not gonna worry about it then. But yeah, that's about it. That's where we're at. So I think I already did the side quests here. So I'm gonna double check that though. I do have a guide up alongside, because I'm trying to just get through all the stuff and translate it all in one playthrough, basically. But yeah. Where was it? That's not the right window. That is that is the window with all my YouTube stuff that I was like close to watch, that I was about to watch or have watched recently. Like,
Fair.
there we go. That's the window I want. But yeah. Speaking of which, I'm not sure that you'd be super down for that anime, but it's a very good one.
Which anime?
So Golden Kamui is getting its final season this season.
Oh, okay. So I think I remember seeing a bit of that one, if I'm thinking of the right one.
It's
so I could see why you'd be like hesitant, because it is, at least from what I saw, it was on the gorier end.
It's on the gorier end. It's also on the raunchy end, in terms of like how their humor works out.
That part of it I wasn't exposed to as much.
It's yeah, you don't see as much of the raunchy side of it in the first few episodes, but it doesn't take long. They're very open about things like about characters having sex drives. There's a lot of sex jokes. There's also very openness about prostitution.
Okay.
So like,
I mean,
that's
I guess
a thing.
to be fair, I really like Apothecary Diary, and that also has
true.
Some of that in it.
It definitely, I would say it's similarly open about that kind of stuff to Apothecary Diaries, and perhaps perhaps even more willing to play it for humor than Apothecary Diaries is. That said, it's not.
Apothecary Diaries, I feel like it's just a reality of the world that the
I'd say that's very much how it is in this
acknowledge, as opposed to like a source of humor.
I would say here it is also a reality of the world, but insofar as also a lot of the characters are, you know, like 20 somethings.
Right.
And like,
unlike Apothecary Diary, I'm guessing that there are characters that go to those places.
Yeah, there are a lot of characters that like to go to brothels. A lot of it, not only are a lot of them 20-somethings, a lot of them are 20-something war veterans and convicts who are and like maximum security prison convicts who are extremely into that kind of thing.
There's also like the demographic for it.
Yeah, and it's to be fair, though, I would say it's like, as I said, it's like Apothecary Diaries, and that's the reality of this world. Those characters would think about these things, and they would make jokes about these kinds of things.
We got a skit.
We do have a skit. You can try to read some of this skit.
Yeah, like, I don't think it from what you're saying, it seems like it makes perfect sense that it would be there. Honestly, like, raunchy jokes, well, they can sometimes make me uncomfortable or even kind of cringe. I find that is a lot less of a problem. Like, I find that that's a lot less of a thing that I can't get through when compared to gore, because a raunchy joke kind of like comes and goes, like it and you move past it unless the entire purpose of the anime is those kind of jokes.
I would say they're really common, but also it's not. One thing I will give it is that it's not done for fan service. Is something that really helps. Again, it's acknowledged as the reality of the world. Yeah. It is part of a lot of these characters and what they're into, and like part of the culture at the time. But at the same time, it's not. Here's boobs. It's very much like, oh, the reality of what these kind of people will be doing at this time in this place.
I guess the way I put it is that kind of stuff isn't why I would watch an anime, but it's also not like something that would force me to stop watching an anime if like the overall premise of the anime is good for me. By contrast, excessive gore in and of itself would, because that's the thing that makes it like hard for me to like watch a scene and makes it like I feel like queasy about it, viscerally. Yeah, exactly. Like if it gets too much, then like I can't visually watch what's happening, and that makes it very hard to do. Yeah, and you might. So it depends. It's.
I would say the depictions of gore in Golden Kamuy, they're not particularly high detail and like realistically gory. At the same time, they don't shy away from blood and the fact that people are getting hurt and killed. And
it's hard. I remember
there's a reveal in like episode 3 or 4, I think. So very early on in the series. That
is it about the tattoo thing?
Yes.
Yeah, that was uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable when you realize, oh, they're going to be skinning people.
Yeah, that part was like I feel like the parts I saw of Golden Kamuy were kind of like, for me at least, kind of at that edge of reaching a point where it was too gory to get through. Like there was parts of it that I was looking away from. I also
remember early on you probably also saw, if you saw that, you also saw Tanigaki fall off the cliff and like break his leg. Yeah. Or not Tanigaki, there was a cliff when he got attacked by the wolf and like literally flung around and his leg got broken.
I remember, like, I don't know if it was a wolf or a bear, but there was something really gory about one of those.
Yep, I remember what you're talking about. The 3 soldiers who get attacked by the bear, and you literally see it claw into one dude's face.
Yeah.
And you don't see the face, you don't see, like, what's underneath the skin of the face, but you do later see a profile where you can see the skin of his face is hanging from his chin.
Yes, yeah.
And, like, so it's very open about the fact that things that happen here are brutal and gory.
Yes.
Well, at the same time, it is tasteful enough to not just be like, hey, here's the super accurate depiction of like the muscles under someone's face or anything like that. It does a very good job of walking that line between being very honest about how brutal it is while not diving into, okay, this is just a gore fest. But yeah, I can very much see that being uncomfortable.
Like, I remember, what's her name? I don't know if I could pronounce the
Ainu girl?
Yeah.
Asripa, yeah.
Anu? Is that how it's...
Ainu is how you pronounce the group of people.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting because I don't feel like I've seen an anime before where the Anu featured at all. So to have
There are
that
a few, but
aspect
it's very uncommon.
there,
You're right.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
they're
So I
seeing their culture is very cool. And for the record, Golden Kamui's Golden Kamuy is very the artist and like the writer was very careful about how they handled the Ainu representation. They literally hired an actual Ainu like consultant to be like, hey, please help us make sure we get this not only right but respectful.
Yeah, well, I'm very glad about that. Not knowing anything about them, it would be hard for me to accurately, like, know if it's accurate or respectful, but it was definitely from someone who had basically no exposure to like their history or culture going
Yeah.
into the anime. That part very fascinating for me. It also reminds me of a much more unfortunate example of that.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you have any familiarity with Star Trek Voyager.
I mean, not really. You know me, I'm not a big Star Trek person.
Yeah.
My dad
Fair.
watched a little
So-
bit, and sometimes I saw some, but that's about it.
So when it came to Star Trek Voyager, they decided we want a character that's a First Nations person.
Okay.
So they wrote this character called Chakotay. He was gonna be like the first officer of the ship.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, so we want to be respectful, so let's go ahead and hire a consultant to like advise us on like constructing this character's backstory and like how their culture would work and whatnot.
Yeah.
What they didn't realize is what they did was they hired a grifter.
That is
who-
extremely unfortunate.
who
Yeah.
made up a culture that did not exist based on like magic and mysticism. So
Oh, that is
he ended up being
unfortunate.
my understanding is he's actually an incredibly insensitive and inaccurate portrayal, which is very unfortunate.
Oh, I
Uh,
just had something happen recently that was something. I literally had a friend in a friend who's a teacher and in a school. I don't know what school. Even if I did, I would not say because I'm not going to like out them like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I have a friend who works at a school, and apparently they just sent out their Martin Luther King Day presentation where they exclusively referred to black people by the Jim Crow era slur.
Wow.
And
That feels like something that should have been caught.
Oh, it was very much it feels like that should have been caught, and not only should it have been caught, but like the idea that anyone is working there who put this in there is kind of bad in the first place. And like the fact that some people wouldn't catch it is one thing. That can be carelessness. But someone putting it in there is
Right.
something different.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And my friend basically is like, yeah, I had to have it was a quote unquote fun time having to literally bring up the Wikipedia page about this word to show to my principal to point out that this is not okay. And this
Right,
is not
yeah.
me being weird. This is something we have to be this is actually something we really should have caught way earlier. And like, it should never have made it this far.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's what she has equipped. Is she done with that yet? But yeah, anyway, that's a whole thing. And I'm just like, oh, that's really not good. But anyways, let me finish up what I was doing here while we were talking, and then I can have you try to translate the name of the skit.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. All right, so how much of this skit name can you read? This is especially difficult
Okay.
for stream because my logo is right over where the skit is, I realize.
Yeah, I can see it, but yeah, the stream would not be able to see it.
Yeah. So it goes.
Okay, so I believe the first letter would be ho, if not for the two lines, which I think makes it bo.
You are correct. Very good.
Okay.
You've been practicing your
Bo-
katakana.
Yeah, but not. I'm not gonna do well. Don't let that fool you into thinking that this is gonna go well.
Hey,
uh,
we're getting back into the swing of
Bo
things.
Boru
Not Rue.
Raw? Boru?
So notice the first two are katakana, and after that it switches into hiragana. So let's focus on the
Yeah.
katakana first.
So Boru.
Not Rue.
Oh. Oh, is that Bota?
No, it is not ta either. It is one line short of ta. I can see how you get close, because they would need that little diagonal connecting the two other diagonals.
Yeah.
I'll tell you had the vowel of your first guess with Rue. The vowel was right, the consonant was not.
Okay.
You're
Is
in the
it Botu?
call. What was that?
Is it Botu?
No, it is not botsu.
Oh, okay. It is an oo sound though.
It is an oo sound, yes.
But it wasn't Ru. It's not
It was not
Su.
Rue, and it's not Su. It is higher up on the chart if you're looking at the chart.
Oh, Boku.
There you go. And do you know what Boku
Yeah,
means?
Boku. It's an. Huh?
You know
Yeah,
what
Boku means I.
Yes. So that is I. So then what was that third character?
I'm not. Isn't that a Ra?
It is a Ra. So this is interesting. So I'm going to say that
Boku
is actually
Ra.
one word split between katakana and hiragana.
Oh.
But that's because
Why?
this is interesting. So Ra can be used as a pluralizer.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So it's like a. So Boku is like I. This is like us. Then,
Correct. Yes, exactly. You got it. That is us. Bokura is us.
Okay. Is it important that Boku usually refers to like a young boy?
Correct.
Doesn't
Yes.
it?
So you can expect that, and this is even further emphasized by it being in katakana. So Boku actually has a kanji, and you could write it in hiragana as well. The fact that it's in
Right.
katakana kind of emphasizes this is someone really young who maybe doesn't know kanji very well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So it's almost like if a thing was written in like crayon or something to
Yes,
showcase that it's a young person.
Exactly. In fact, throughout our playthrough of Vesperia here, Carol has consistently used Boku for himself in katakana.
Okay.
They
Is
really
that-
emphasize how young he is in this game. So
Is that like would an older boy spell it with hiragana?
I would say, but honestly, a younger boy even would probably spell it with hiragana normally, if I'm being honest.
So
The reason they're using katakana
So-
here is really more emphasis on it. It's
Okay.
not really that Carol would use katakana Boku, but they're trying to characterize to us as the like watcher or the player that he's very young.
really childish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
So he's saying like us or maybe we.
Yes, and then he has Bokura. What's that fourth character?
No, which is the particle for like making it possessive.
Correct. So
So
our.
like our.
Yes,
Yeah.
our. Exactly. So, and then I can give you that the kanji there is mokuteki, which means like purpose.
Moteki?
Mokuteki.
Mokuteki.
Yeah, mokuteki.
Okay. Mokuteki.
So
And then-
mokuteki is like purpose or goal.
Yeah, and then the wa is like as placeholder to like say I want you to fill in the rest of the sentence for me.
It's marking that the entire thing that came before it is the subject of the sentence.
Yeah.
And then it, as you said, it cuts off there, which means we're left to assume the rest of the sentence.
Yeah, so it's like our purpose is, and then like he's hanging on the is, waiting for us to.
Exactly. So you could say that, but really, I would say less that he's hanging on the end and waiting for it, and more that this is just part of Japanese. Remember, Japanese, if you know the rest of if you know what's going to be said, you don't have to say it. Or
Oh,
like,
I see.
if
So
whoever's
it's
listening
less,
knows.
it's less that he's like implying that we're supposed to fill in the blank, and it's more just that Japanese is fundamentally all about truncation where possible.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. So
Okay.
literally,
Yeah.
given he is saying this, we have a question mark here, so we can kind of infer that he's raising his tone
Yes.
at the end. So,
Yes.
bokura no mokuteki wa?
Right.
And given that he's clearly asking a question by his tone, we know that what would come after that would have been "Nan desu ka?"
It's kind of fun that, like, if this was in English, we wouldn't, just based on the name, we wouldn't necessarily know who is speaking. But there's enough nuance in Japanese that just based on this title alone, we can know that
just
it's
based on not even the entire title, just based on how he said "ours," we know who's speaking.
Yeah. Which is fun. I like
It
that.
is. I do also really like that about Japanese. It can be weird to deal with at first, but once you get it, it's actually really neat. But yeah, let's do the skit.
闘技場の街というだけあって、いる人たちの顔ぶれは様々ですね。
Ooh, okay.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So we have kogijo, or togijo. So to is like battle, gi is like technique, and jo is place. So that's our first three kanji here. So if we have
Okay.
battle technique place, what do you think that means as a word?
Battle technique place. Well,
I'll give you a hint. Where we are in the game is very relevant.
I mean, this is the Colosseum, right?
Yes.
Could it?
You're there. You've
So this is like a reference to the Colosseum. This is
Yes,
like the place that
Togijo-
battle techniques happen.
Yeah, Togijo is literally Jo is also used for like a stage or a location for something specifically. So yeah, the place where you show off your battle techniques, the Colosseum.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Togijo no Machi. So we have Togijo no Machi is the city of the Colosseum,
Okay,
or the Colosseum city. So yeah, Nordopolica.
yeah.
And then she says toyu dake atte. This is interesting. So I think I've told you about this before, but toyu. Hello, Echo. Irashai. Welcome. Come practice your Japanese with us.
Hello, welcome. I am doing Japanese lesson.
Yep. So have I told you about how toyu works before?
You. I may have forgotten. I can't remember.
So toyu is something you will hear a lot in Japanese when people are talking.
Okay.
So to is a particle in this case.
Yes.
Do you remember what the to particle normally is?
I think it's normally like it's like the equivalent of 2.
Not two.
Like not the number 2, but like
I realize
something
what you're
to,
saying. No, it's
like,
not. It's
to
not
go.
directional. It's not directional or destinational.
Oh,
You're thinking
okay.
of ni or de. De is
Oh, okay.
locational. Ni is directional. A is also directional. But
Oh, yeah.
so to is usually and, like it signifies togetherness.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Because the toe is used in like lists. Okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
However, in this case, it's not that.
Okay.
This case, it is quotative.
Oh.
So to can also be used at the end of a quote to note that what was just there was a quote.
Okay.
So you can basically imagine it as putting quotes around what came before it.
Sure. Okay.
And then "iu" is the verb to say. So toyu. So
Toyo.
Togijo no machi toyu. So like so you could see that as they say the Colosseum city.
Yeah. Okay. They say this is the Colosseum city.
Yeah, or the Colosseum city, as they say, or as is said. That
Yeah.
kind of sentiment. So you'll see that a lot, especially when people are having a conversation about something. They might say like it's named Toyu, or you might hear Toyu wake de. So with the reason of what was just said.
Is that next word
Dake, yes.
Dake. Is that the te is part of it too?
Oh, dake
Dake.
ate. So no, dake is its own
Dake
word.
ate.
The next two characters
Oh,
are their own
ate
word.
is okay. Dake ate.
Yeah, so dake is just, or it really just, like, as in, oh, it's just that.
Okay.
It signifies, like, minimizing or, like, limiting down to something. Just
Right.
this thing.
Okay.
So,
What's ate
Ate-
mean?
ate is the te form of aru, to exist, or to have.
Okay. So is that okay?
So, we have the
You
Colosseum
say like
City.
the city is just the Colosseum.
Rather than that, it's a, with just the name the Colosseum City,
Okay.
because or having just the name the Colosseum City would be a good way to think of this, because this is a comma here, so she's going to go on to say something else about this.
Right.
So with just the name this Colosseum City, they said iru hito tachi no kaobure.
Iru hito tachi. Iru
Yeah.
hito tachi. Hito. I know hito.
Yes, you know hito, and you know that
Hito.
that kanji with the two pieces there leaning on each other.
Hito. I'm trying to remember what hito means.
It means person.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hito.
So iru is also to exist, but it is for living things that move.
Okay.
So iru hito and then tachi.
Iru hito tachi. So is it kind of like these people are like the people here?
The people here, exactly. That's it.
Okay.
So hito tachi is like, hito is person, tachi pluralizes.
Yes.
So hito tachi is the people, and then iru hito tachi, the people that are here.
Yes. Okay.
And then she says, no, kaobure wa. So kaobure, kaobure is like, kao is face, and bure, in this case, I think it's kind of meant to be like roughness.
Okay.
And then she says, well, samazama desu ne. So samazama is like
I like the
there.
word samazama.
samazama. It's an onomatopoeia. Japanese love their onomatopoeias. In this case,
Yes.
it means like various. So what she's saying is that the people here have various levels of rough face. Basically, she's saying with just the name of the Colosseum City, she expected everyone to have rough faces, but there's actually quite a variance.
Okay.
そうね
Okay.
目的がバラバラだもの
Okay, we'll take that top sentence for now. We'll do the other one
So
later.
okay, so ne,
And then here we have that same kanji as the title of the skit, Mokuteki, as in goal.
isn't sone just basically like right, like it in
Yeah.
the sense of like I agree?
Yeah, basically, that's exactly it. Just
It's
yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Yeah,
What is? I'm trying to remember what so means on its own. I think it's like a
it's
kind of yes, correct. kind
yeah,
of
that's
word.
basically it. It's mostly a word of agreement or like correctness. Yeah.
Yeah, and ne is just a sentence ender that's kind of like right, like you
Yep.
agree, right?
Yeah, it's just kind of a seeking agreement or like a noting agreement sort of sentence ender.
Yeah.
And then we have
Okay.
mokuteki, that goal, ga barabara
Yes.
damono. So barabara means, it's similar to samazama in that it means various, but it also can mean like scattered.
Okay.
And then damono is just a very feminine way of ending a sentence instead of des.
Wait, where is that?
At the very end of the
Uh,
sentence, you see damono.
Damano. Yeah,
The last
Damo. No.
Yes.
Wait,
So
isn't
Damon-
this?
Da is the plain form of des.
So
and-
wait, but there's a thing on there. Is that? Oh, is this Judith talking?
Yeah, this is Judith talking.
Okay.
So she's responding to Estelle, who is saying, "Oh, with just named Coliseum City, I expected rougher faces, but there's various kinds of people around here."
Okay, so she likes speaking in a very feminine way.
Yes, Judith tends to speak very femininely.
Okay, that fits her character.
It really does. So she says, "Yeah, people here really have various different goals."
戦う人もいれば見物客もいる
And she says, okay, I accidentally paused too late, but she
Yeah,
says,
we missed it.
well, she said, what she said is basically there are combatants and there are also spectators.
Okay, let's before we listen to Rita, Atashi. So wait, Atashi is I, so she's saying I.
Yes, notably Atashi is also
But
she's
she's got
feminine.
the raw there, so it's like we.
Yes, correct.
Oh, so Rita refers to herself as Atashi.
Yeah, she does. She actually refers to herself in a pretty basically feminine way. She doesn't speak as femininely as Judith, but she still uses the feminine I.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Watashi is kind of like generic. Atashi is a little bit more feminine. I think Atashi is meant to be like a little. Correct me if I'm wrong. Atashi is meant to be like a little childish, but not like super childish. Like
I would not
be...
say childish. Plenty of mature women will use Atashi.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
If you wanted to get maybe into like high schooler child range, you might hear Atai. That's usually used by girls who are really wanting to look cute.
Right. Okay. I watched this video. You might have been the one that sent it to me about this guy who talked about like how like as he aged he changed like how growing up was also about figuring out what he wanted to refer to himself as over time.
Absolutely.
I think it's really interesting because like my instinct would probably be like kids would always want to pick the more mature sounding like I for themselves. Like they would want to go from boku to like watashi like as quickly as they can.
Yeah, but a lot of them don't. A lot of them stick with boku for a while. Some of them move to ore as that sort of like I'm grown up now move.
Yeah.
But they often grow out of that. Sometimes they grow out of that phase and go back to boku for a bit before later going back to ore once they're actually grown up. It's an interesting thing.
It is. Although ore can be a little bit too casual, right? Like
for example,
you wouldn't use ore.
Yeah, for example, I like to use ore when I'm on stream here. That's mine. It feels like it fits me. It's rough, but with friends, it's not taken badly, and it feels right for when I'm with friends and hanging out on stream. Yeah. But if I'm, or like in my conversation club, I often use ore because like that, it's just friends chatting.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, if I'm going to talk to someone at business, like when I was working in Japan, watashi. Always watashi at work.
Would you say that if you're ever unsure, watashi is like the safe go-to?
Yeah, absolutely. That is definitely what I would say. If you don't know which pronoun to use for yourself in a situation, start with watashi. You can,
because I remember
if you can talk with someone and ask later, do that. But start with watashi if you're not sure.
I remember like a while back, I was talking to someone who's fluent in Japanese, and they were like, "Oh, so you've been practicing a bit of Japanese?" I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Do you know how to introduce yourself?" So I said, "I think so. It's like, boko namae wa pending desu," and he like corrected me. It's like watashi.
Yeah. A first introduction is usually where you'll want to use watashi. Is usually sticks with watashi.
Yeah.
Because that
makes sense.
If you go to boku or ore, that's too rough for someone you are meeting for the first time.
I think, yeah.
Unless it is in this situation a very casual context.
And I think
like if it's a friend introducing you to another friend, and you know that friend is also the kind of like you've heard about the friend enough to know that person's the kind of person that would be okay with it, maybe then you can use ore.
Yeah.
For example, with me, with Kaiwa Club, I'll often still introduce myself with ore, but that's if it's with someone my own age, for example, I'll use Ore. But if it's with an older
Yep.
person, I'll probably stick with Watashi.
That makes sense. I think also at the time, like, I kind of understood that Boku is a little bit more childish for a guy, but I didn't understand quite how young Boku is supposed to imply.
I was gonna say, given your image as a VTuber, I don't think Boku is necessarily inherently unfitting.
I definitely think that as pending, Boku, like, if you're going based on, like, Pending's age, like
Yeah.
Pending's rough age, I definitely think Pending the character would use Boku.
Yeah,
Like, I think that
was
would
gonna
make
say,
perfect sense.
with your image, it very much fits to use Boku.
Yeah, I think if I was talking to people not as Pending, but just as kind of like myself in a more casual setting, Boku might come off as like inaccurate.
Yeah, and that's very much the case. If I were to use Boku, it would seem very weird to a lot of people. Both with my appearance here as a VTuber and also with my real life appearance, both of those would feel very weird to use
Yeah,
Boku.
especially with my real life appearance, because like, you know, Pending looks the way he looks, but I'm a fairly tall guy. Like, I don't I look younger than I am, but I don't look Boku young.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
it just
So if I went to Japan, I should definitely like be using Watashi.
yeah. And if you make some friends that you can be casual with, maybe then you could start slipping into Ore, but
Yeah.
yeah. Even then, even with good friends, you probably wouldn't use Boku.
Although that being said, given my limited Japanese, I think like if I was in Japan and I used Boku, they would probably give me a pass because they'd probably be like,
Oh yeah.
"Oh, you just picked
you
up
could-
like some words from like anime or something."
You could go with Boku, and they would probably laugh at it. It could become an inside joke of some sort.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, you could even
Yeah,
tell them probably... You could probably also even tell them, like, yeah, I'm a VTuber, and my appearance there is very much a Boku type.
Well,
And
I think where I gravitated towards Boku was like shonen action heroes. Like a lot of them said Boku, and I'm just like, okay, Boku it is.
Yep. Meanwhile, if we go back to our previous discussion of Golden Kamui, almost all of those men use Ore.
That makes sense, especially because they're like rough and like. So I imagine those.
I mean, Sugimoto is like
characters
24, 25, and he still uses Ore for sure.
Yeah, I would imagine these skew like between like casual to bordering on rude language.
A lot of the time, yes.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But yes, so our example here we have.
Atashi ra. So we me. This
Yes,
is
me.
Right?
Yep, that is me.
Mitai.
Mitai is the next word. Yep. So it comes from the verb miru, which means to look or see.
Okay.
In this case, mitai means like to look like.
Okay. So we look like no, okay, no is a particle.
Yep.
Nomo na.
Yep. So no and mo and ne are all particles.
Yeah.
So atashira.
Wait, so no is a possessive, mo is also, right?
Mo is like also. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then ne, as we talked about before, ne is like you agree, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's seeking agreement.
Yeah.
So I will say you kind of got a little bit reversed with what the looks like is doing.
Okay.
Rather than we look like.
Is it like looks like we?
Looks like us. Yes, exactly.
Looks like us. Wait, looks like us? I forget what Judith said.
Judith was talking about she was talking about how there are all kinds of people here. They're first she's like, oh, the people here have all kinds of goals. Some people are competent, and some are just spectators.
Yeah. And Rita basically saying like us, right?
Yep. Or actually, no. I think you were actually right the first time. It is actually we kind of look. It's actually it is looks like us. Yeah, it looks like
Okay.
us. So it's just like oh, or actually we look like. So oh yeah, we look kind of like that too, huh?
Yeah.
Noting
makes
that
sense.
our group is also kind of pretty varied.
Yeah.
私らみたいのもね。私たちは周囲の人たちに
Man,
どんな風に
Rita
見られて
sounds
いるんでしょ
younger
う。
in Japanese than she does in English.
She does, yeah.
Um,
So Estelle comes up again with
Watashi. Okay, so Estelle Watashi. I'm guessing because she's very like proper upbringing, so
yes,
she
exactly.
refers to herself with like former.
She's not only
formal
proper.
language.
There's actually a thing here. So she's not only proper upbringing, but also proper upbringing and very high ranking. So
Right.
a thing of note is that if you are talking really formally, you might use, for example, watashi instead of watashi. But she shouldn't do that because she, as we know, is a potential crown princess. She should not be speaking that polite. She should not be using that kind of honorific with other people. She's above them, so she needs to speak formally, but not honorifically.
So,
So she uses the base watashi because though she has been brought up to be very polite and formal, she should not be using a form of watashi that humbles herself.
okay, yeah, because of her audience.
Exactly.
Like,
No matter
like
who she talks, no matter who, there's no one in the Empire right now who is technically above her in ranking.
Right. So it would be inappropriate for her to act too humble to people who have a status below her.
Exactly. So she uses the baseline watashi out of pure formality.
Yeah. Watashi, Watashi Tachi. That's a plural again, isn't it?
Yep, exactly. So
Okay,
we have now seen 3 different forms of us. We've seen Bokura,
Yes.
we've seen Atashi Tachi, and Watashi Tachi.
Yeah. Each of the characters kind of have their own way of speaking.
Yep.
Watashi wa. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's just that's just saying like we. Then it goes into kanji that doesn't look particularly familiar to me.
You probably do not know
Except
these,
to
yeah.
say that that second word seems to have a pound sign in it.
That's technically that little like hashtag kind of looking kanji in the middle of the box. That's the kanji for a well. E.
Wait, for what?
A well, like where you pull up water.
Oh, okay.
But if you put the box around it, it means like to surround.
Oh, okay.
And the first kanji is su, which means like around. So we have a kanji for around and surround.
So all around us, kind of.
Exactly. There you go.
Okay.
And that's I think that's mawari. No, that's shui. Shui, yeah.
So all around us, no hito hachi. So okay, all around us, people plural. So like the people all around us.
Correct. And then we have the particle ni, which we discussed earlier, is
That's like isn't that? Oh, I'm gonna get this wrong. Isn't that at?
at or directional. Correct, actually. That's
Yeah,
it's
okay,
locational
okay.
/ directional.
Okay. So that is toe, but there's the dots on it. So is that?
They make
bow?
the same shape with your tongue and lips and all that. But now add your vocal cords in.
I'm bad at that, but I know it. I
Cool.
think it makes it a softer sound, right?
Not a softer sound.
No.
So before we had what was the one we had? Remember which one we had it on?
Oh, we had bow that
Bow,
turned.
yeah, so
in-
Ho and bow is a bad
it was
example.
hoe that turned into bow.
Yeah, that's kind of a bad example for it. For example, ka versus ga.
Right.
Say, touch your throat with your hand
Okay.
and say ka.
Ka.
Rather, take off the ah. Do just focus on the k sound.
Ka- ka-
And now do the g sound. Good.
Good.
You see how with
Good.
K your
Good.
throat's not vibrating,
Yeah.
and then with G it is. You're making the
Yeah.
same mouth shape with your tongue. Good. Good. But you're activating your throat or not. So, if you have toe, now activate your throat with that. No, you're still not activating your
Yeah, I
throat for the
can't-
actual consonant.
I struggle with these things.
So, to duh.
Da. Okay.
You
So
see how
this
you
is
see how
do.
you see how your tongue is in the same place in your mouth when you do that.
Do.
Correct.
Yeah,
Do.
yeah. Do. So okay, donna. Wait, donna.
Donna. Yep, donna.
Donna.
Which means kind of
Okay.
what sort of. It's a
Okay.
question word asking like what sort of whatever comes
Okay.
after.
Okay.
And then this kanji is it's one you may see fairly regularly, especially in games. It is kaze, which it's wind. But
Okay.
in this case, dona fu, it's pronounced dona fu, which means what sort of, what style of.
Right.
And then we have ni
know-
again.
Yeah. Ni, and then I know I've seen this before.
Yes, this is a very common kanji.
I want to say that it's an I, like the kanji for I.
It is
Like
you're very
organ
close. I is technically the part without the legs on the bottom.
Oh. Oh, okay.
But the meaning is very close. What do eyes do?
They see.
There you go. If you
Okay,
if you
so-
put an eye on legs, that is the kanji for to see,
Okay.
and that is pronounced
oh.
me.
Me.
Yep.
Me. Okay. So, donna. What was the next word again?
Fu. Fu.
Fu.
Yep.
Donna fu ni me.
Well, dona fu ni, we'll take that as a chunk, and then we have this next chunk here, starting with me.
Yeah. Mi. Mira ne.
Not
Mira
quite.
ne. That's not ne.
That is not ne. Ne would have the little loop at the bottom right, rather than the little curve
Oh.
upwards.
Mm,
Using my mouse to actually point at the right character. Because I realized I could do
Yeah.
that, which helps with translation stuff.
Okay. I'm trying, like. I want to say Rue, but I'm pretty sure I don't feel
It
like
would not be Rue
confident.
either.
Yeah,
We have Rue over here.
that's right. And then Ro also looks a lot like Rue, so I know
It
it's
does.
not that. Yeah. What
You
did I
are-
say? I said.
You said
Did I
nay
say
originally. You said
yeah, I
nay,
said ne.
and I said that was wrong.
I feel like it's. Oh, it's one of the bottom ones. I feel like.
It is. Your vowel was right, I will say. It does have an A
Okay.
vowel, but it is not N consonant.
Is it new?
No, it's again, the vowel was right, the consonant was wrong.
Oh, so the E was right.
Yes.
Wait, did I already say Ray?
You did
Re?
not. There you go. You got it.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So mi ra Ray, mi ra Ray te, mi ra Ray te.
Yep.
E. And then that's a Ru.
that is a Ru. We'll take that as a chunk for now. So mirare
Okay.
teru. So I told you this is the verb to see, but we've conjugated it in a couple ways here.
Okay.
We've started by conjugating it with mirare, from miru to mirareru. This is passive. This makes it passive. So instead of to see, it is to be seen.
Right.
And then we've gone te form plus iru, which is how you make the like progressive. So being seen is how we would get this.
Right.
So we
Okay.
have And then we have at the end, the n is just, it's stylistic. It's part of just how people speak. So don't worry
Okay.
about the n here. And then we have
Okay. Does she ooh?
Desho.
To show.
So you have de like desu, and then instead of su we have shi with a small yo and then an u. So that's a long show.
To show.
So desho. Desho
Desho.
is like it's technically the let's form of des. So let's be or like shall we be, but it's often used in a similar way to ne to end a sentence.
Okay.
It's kind of it's kind of almost wondering.
Okay. Okay, so
It's like
so, like,
nay, but it's
we-
more actually questioning than seeking agreement.
so we and the people all around us.
Well, they're marking the
Um,
people all around us as a direction with this knee
Okay.
here.
Right.
And then what
People-
style being
Uh,
seen.
Uh,
So this is tough grammar here for a beginner level. So I'm just going to kind of go through this one.
Okay. Cool.
So the way this kind of works out is, so Estelle's saying, basically saying, I wonder how the people around us see us.
Okay.
She's saying, what kind of way are they seeing us?
Right. Okay.
Just kind of wondering about it.
戦い目的じゃないかしら。
Okay. Well, I assume that first part is just like a sound.
Yeah, she's just going, She's just thinking.
Yeah.
And then we have tatakai, which means like battle. And then we have these same two kanji we've now seen a few times throughout this skit. Which is mokuteki.
That's
was-
like the purpose thing.
Yes.
Right. Right. Okay.
And then now we're back to hiragana, so I'll give you your shot here.
Okay. Okay, so Sue, but there's the lines there. That's Jew.
Not su.
Not. Oh, she.
Chi. There you go. So this would be
A G.
correct.
But there's like the small ya underneath. So
correct, which modifies
Ja.
it. Ja, yes.
It's, is it Ja?
It is ja, you are right.
Janai. Oh,
Janai.
Janai. I know that. Yeah,
You do know that.
So that's like in the negative, right?
Yes, that's the negative of des, so isn't.
Yeah. Janai. Kashira.
Kashira. So Kashira it's like the show in that it's kind of wondering. It's saying,
Oh,
but in this
okay.
case, there's a little bit more assuredness to it than the show. Actually, no, I'd say they're very similar in that it's kind of wondering, but also kind of assuming.
Okay.
So in this case, we have battle, purpose, isn't, maybe? I guess maybe would be a good way to put it.
Okay.
So what do you think that is as a whole sentence?
What purpose? Maybe, but it's also in the negative, right?
Yeah, isn't. It's not is, it's isn't.
Maybe they think like battle isn't our purpose.
It's actually the opposite. So this is the thing that we actually do in English too. Wouldn't it just be battle? Notice that wouldn't in
Oh.
English.
Oh, okay.
It's the sort of like invitational negative.
Right. Okay.
So
yeah.
wouldn't-
It's like
wouldn't it just be battle?
confirmation.
yeah.
Yeah.
So she's saying, wouldn't they maybe just see us as battlers? Or people here for
Yeah.
battle?
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it's a tricky thing here because they're using negative, but even in English we do this thing where we use negative when we mean the positive.
Yee.
Because there's a sort of invitation to it, we make it negative. Or also, like, for example, in English, we also do this when we invite people out to go somewhere. Oh, why don't we go? Why don't we go?
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
マントとユーリはそうでしょうけど、エステルはどう見たって見物客でしょう。
Okay.
Rita.
So, Anata. So Anata, that's you.
Technically, what she says here is not anata, but just anta. It is the same word, but she's kind of removing the na, the and the na.
Why is she doing that?
It's more casual, basically. She's being less formal with it. Anata is generally fairly formal.
Okay.
Though
Is
at the same time, you don't usually use anata with people in formal speech. So that's already a level of
Right.
informality. She's using anata at all, but then she's taking it even more informal by going from anata to anta.
So she's being very casual here.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay. Anta to. So you and Yuri.
Yep, correct.
You and Yuri wa. Wait. Udashi. What is. Or Udesho.
Yep, this old.
But I'm skipping. I'm spacing on what that is.
These two.
Yeah.
You read them earlier in the discussion.
Oh, I did?
You did. Judith started one of her lines with it. We start with the little squiggly one.
Yeah. It looks so much like a whoa.
It is not a whoa.
Or like an O. Yeah.
Yeah, it is not that one. It does end in O. Like the vowel is O. But
Okay, the vowel is O.
so if you have the vertical chart, it's on the right side under the O column.
Okay. I haven't been looking at the chart because I didn't want to cheat, but I'm gonna pull up the chart for this one.
It's good to remember it if you can, but if you get stuck, you can refer back to it. Part of it is that if you do it over and over again, it'll eventually stick.
Yeah. Wait. Would that be a so?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, okay. It's style is different. Okay. So with the oo there, is that just to extend the so?
Yes, correct.
So deshi no so desho so desho
Yep.
te
Yep, cat.
so desho te and then
Not te,
that's
ke.
ke keto
Yep,
keto
correct. あんたとユリはそうでしょうけど、
so what does that mean?
so was
Well, wasn't so like just like an agreement where like a
yeah,
yes
agreement
kind
or
of thing?
correct, yes.
Yeah.
And then desho we said was kind of, it's to be, but it's also kind of assuming or wondering.
Okay.
And then kedo is it's just but.
So you
we
and
have-
Yuri might be like that.
Exactly, you got it. Yeah, you and Yuri might be like that, but
But Estelle
yep,
Estelle is do, and that's the C
yep, which we pronounced as
me
correct.
Mita.
Yep, and we have a small two.
Oh right, Mitsu.
Well, no, that's a ta.
Mi-
That was a ta. We have a small tsu
Okay.
afterwards.
Oh, is that like a space?
It remember it just kind of shortens the vowel that it comes after. We thought
Oh.
they You
Mitate.
kind of harden the consonant after and shorten the vowel before the tsu. The small
Mitate.
tsu.
Okay.
Yep.
Mitate, mi, and then there's kanji afterwards that I'm not familiar with. I don't
Yeah.
think.
So in this case, it's not pronounced mi; it's pronounced ken. We have ken butsukyaku. So ken is it still means see, even though it's pronounced differently. But
Right.
it's the same kanji. And then butsu is like a thing. And
Okay.
then kyaku is like a guest.
Right. Okay. So what she's basically saying is you and Yuri might look that way, but Estelle looks out of place. Like she
She's-
looks like a guest of these lands.
Yeah. So the interesting part here is this do mitatte. So do is like how, and then miru is to see. So the way I would put this is, however you look at Estelle, and then we
She
have
like looks out of place.
ken butsukyaku desho. So this is the same desho, but she's kind of shortened it this time.
Yeah.
So she's saying, however you look at Estelle, she'd be a spectator, right?
Yeah. She'd be a guest.
Yeah. Spectator is probably the best way to put this, considering what she's talking about is ken butsukyaku, so a guest who watches things. So a spectator.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you and Yuri might be that way, but might be like that, but no matter how you look at Estelle, she'd be a spectator.
なら僕は
Okay. Nara boku wa. Okay. So Nara.
This one I don't
Like,
think
I
we've
know-
gone over too much. We may have mentioned it once or twice, but nara means kind of like if or then.
Oh, okay. So
then is
he's
probably better.
basically suggesting if that's the case with like you guys, then what about me?
Exactly. Then what about me?
Yeah.
迷子の子供じゃない
Oh no, it went too fast.
Rita, Michael no kodomo janai. So we once
Well,
again have
deny
that,
is negative.
but it's once again being that invitational negative. So
Right.
Michael is made of the so kodomo is the word for kid. Michael is literally the kanji for like to go astray in child, and it literally means like a lost child.
She's saying, yeah, okay, she's saying you look like a lost kid.
Yeah, what? Aren't you just a lost kid? And then Carol
and
responds
this-
with,
Okay, Sona,
"Yep,
Sona, this is, no, hang on. He
Yes.
died.
hidoi."
He died? Hidoi.
Yep. So sonna is like what you just saying it like that, or like that, referring to something near the person you're speaking to.
Okay.
So sonna. So what you just said, hidoi. It's cruel. Hey, that's cruel.
That's mean.
Yeah, basically. Hey, that's mean.
女ひどい
And then Raven pops in.
Okay, so this is Ja, right?
Yep.
Ja.
Yep.
Ja.
And then followed with another
Ja.
so it's just lengthened.
Ja.
Ja.
Is that more like a sound effect than anything?
It's if anything, I'd put it as sort of a well then.
Right.
It's
Okay.
kind of it's telling someone you're going to speak, and it's kind of implying
It's
it comes
like-
from what's going on in the discussion, like
It's
you're
like
following up
filler.
on it. It is sort of
Yeah.
a filler, yeah.
Yeah.
And then that kanji is
Ja.
ore.
Oh, okay. It makes sense that he would call himself Ore.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Ja, Ore. So a pause and then like another like kind of throat clearing noise.
Or like a kind of a huh. Yeah.
Huh.
Ja, ore.
Huh. Okay. Isn't that? Yeah.
Yep, yeah.
That's a ha, but I think that's a ba sound. Ba?
It's not ba. Ba would be the double mark, the 1010. The little
Oh, okay.
circle changes it to a different consonant.
Okay.
Same mouth
Pa?
shape as paw. Yeah, paw. There you go.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Pa. Re.
So yeah, we'll take
Rewa.
that as a word. Yup, buddy.
Yeah. Pari.
So yup, buddy is like after all. In the end,
Okay.
that kind of sentiment.
Okay.
And then we have
Iwa.
yup, buddy,
Iwa?
e you are. So yup, buddy is like in the end, and an e is good. In this case, he's saying, and the wa is just kind of a sentence ender for like feeling. Normally fairly feminine, actually, which is interesting. But he goes, so he goes, じゃあ俺やっぱりいいわ. So then me, actually I'm good in the end.
So he doesn't want to be part of this.
Yeah, basically. And then he follows up with,
So he kind of started like he's gonna like counter, and he's like, I'm not.
well,
no.
he starts with like, oh, and that is like, well then, as for me, and then he pauses and goes, actually never mind.
Yeah. Nanka.
Yep, nanka. So nanka is like kinda. It's the word kinda.
Okay, Nanka. Okay. Nanka.
And then we have this is yoso, which is like to predict.
Okay. So kind of yoso dekitan des.
Dekitande.
Wait.
Yep. Dekitande. So he's speaking in somewhat accented way, but dekiru is like to be able to do, and so dekita is like I did it. So he says, nanka yoso dekitanda. Somehow predict did it. Or like kind of predict did it. So he's basically going, so he basically goes, well, then I'm never mind. I kind of know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I can guess at what Rita is gonna respond with, and I don't want to bother hearing it.
Yeah, exactly.
じゃあ俺やっぱりいいわなんか予想できたんで
And that's the end of the
Fair.
skit. Raven
You know
just
what?
trying to participate and then immediately going, nope, this is a bad idea.
I can't say I with 100% confidence I know what Rita was gonna say, but I can guess at what the tone of it was gonna be.
Oh yeah. Probably like a shady old man,
Yeah.
or maybe a shady old pervert.
Yeah.
And we found another Wonder Chef. We know his whole
Yes.
shtick.
Yes. They say very similar things each time.
Pretty much the same speech every single time.
Yeah.
Yokuzo miyabuta na. So you've done well to see through my disguise. So this is interesting. I'll actually go through this a little bit. So yoku.
I
well,
love the you have know well to see through my disguise. Dude, you were a vase that was moving.
Yeah, right? They're always so obvious. Yeah, so this is an interesting one. So I'm going to note the miyabuta. So this is how he says you saw through my disguise. So the mi you recognize.
Yes,
That's
that's
the
like
C.
that's the C, yes.
Yep. The yaburu, the yabuta is the past tense yaburu, which means like to break or tear.
Mhm.
So you literally like saw and broke through.
Yeah, you broke through my disguise.
Yeah, he doesn't actually say disguise. He just says miyabuta. So you saw through me, kind of.
Okay.
Anyway, and then he says, "Hometetsu kawasu. I will give you praise." Homeru is to praise. Homete tsukawasu is he's making it formal and also kind of extravagant.
Right.
I don't remember exactly how this is, but
I noticed that wrapping on Yuri's hand before.
oh yeah, so that's actually his secondary weapon. So that changes depending on
okay.
which secondary weapon you have equipped for him.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah. 身分としてそっちに料理を教えてやろう。As a form of recognition. So mibu is like, or I think, is it homie? I don't remember. I don't know exactly how you pronounce this. I'm not going to worry about it right now. We don't care about this guy that much. But basically, it's the kanji for praise and the kanji for like beauty. So
Right. I thought you just said homie.
yeah. Anyway, as a form of praise, I would. And then he says sochi. Sochi is like you there. Ni ryori o oshiete yaro. Ryori is cooking. O oshiete yaro. Oshieru is to teach. Oshiete yaro is like I shall teach you this. So yeah. Anyway.
Yes.
We know his whole shtick. He's arrogant. He's a major chef. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doneru kebab. Doneru kebab. Doner kebab. All right.
Okay.
Which I think is I think in
kebab.
English was localized as a kebab sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. そしてこれもやるから。そしてこれもやるから。たくさん練習するがいい。And I'll also give you this. So make sure to practice so it's good if you practice a lot. And then he gives us the ingredients for 3 sets of for cooking it 3 times. Seishin seyo sarabara. Seishin like to grow or advance in your skills. And he's basically telling us, grow well. Until next time. Or sarabara is like farewell.
Oh, sorry, my dad's calling me. I'll be right back.
Okay, that's fine. All right, we did that. We're good. We're gonna go up here. Oh.
Hey, are you okay?
ここから先は闘技大会の戦士のみが立ち入りの許される。立ち入りを許される。Only people who are participating in the 闘技大会, I guess that's like the tournament you could put it. Because it's literally like battle skill, like convention or like exposition or expose. Anyway, like yeah, basically only warriors who are participating in the tournament are allowed beyond this point. All right, so we're gonna go a little bit forward while he's on the phone. So この先は我が主. So beyond here is our master. Belius no heya da. Belius no shishitsu da. So Belius is private. Beyond this is our master's. Belius's private room. Tachiiri wa hikaete morao. We would appreciate it if you did not enter. So tachiiri is like standing and entering. And then he says, well, hikaete morao. Hikaeru is like to abstain from something. So he's quite politely saying, we would appreciate it if you did not enter. Or rather, he's very quietly saying, not that we will appreciate it, he was saying, we won't have you entering here. But he's saying it fairly politely. We're here, and Carol says, we actually came here to meet with Belius. What are you saying? Who are you all? Oh, we're the guild Brave Vesperia. I haven't heard that name. Do you have an appointment, or do you have a promise with our master? Or with the master? Promise? It's unfortunate, however. Well, it's unfortunate. Our master does not meet with people who she has not promised to. Even if it's someone coming on the behalf of Don Whitehorse. The Dawn. Oh, I'm so sorry. Really, he says, oh, how rude of me.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I advanced a little bit while you were on the phone.
Oh,
So we get Waganawa Natsu, which I have to laugh at this because I'm very glad they translated it as Nats, N-A-T-Z, but this is
Okay.
also how they'd say nuts. His name could be localized as Nuts. And
Okay.
yeah, I think Nats is probably better as a name.
Yeah.
And then he
Yeah,
said,
that would have been.
ooh. And he says, Konomachi no duche dairi o
Duce, yeah.
tsutometeiru. So he's saying he acts as a representative of the duce. And duce is notably done as a... Duce is something they've actually said how you pronounce this in katakana, but the actual word they've used is, I think, juryo, which means like the head of an organization.
Mm.
So, like they do with a lot of the guild names, they've also done this here, where they have the actual meaning in kanji, and then they give it a foreign pronunciation with katakana as on top. So,
Right, I remember them doing that for like magic and stuff.
我
yes.
が主への用向きならば私が受けたまわろう。
Oh, God. So Nats is speaking super formally, for the record. He's also using waga as a, or ware as a personal, like, pronoun. Actually, he's using watashi. He's using waga as a group, sort of us. So this is the
Okay.
fourth form of us we've seen tonight. So waga nushi is like our master.
Okay.
Wade is a very old form of I. It's not really used in modern context, but you do sometimes see waga something, as in like our something.
Right, okay.
So waga, in this case, we have nushi, the kanji for like master. Waga nushi no yo muki naraba watashi wa uketamawaro. So this kanji, this fucking kanji, you see the last line there. Watashi, I,
Yes.
so he's saying, oh, if you have something, if it's something meant for our master, then watashi ga, so I will. And then this kanji is pronounced uketamawa. Literally
Uketamawa.
a five hiragana pronunciation for just that kanji. Uketamawaro.
Uketamawa.
Yeah, and so this comes out as uketamawaro.
It does look like a lot is happening with that kanji.
Yeah, so uketamawaro is a verb for like to accept or receive. And so he's saying, oh, if you have something intended for our master, then I will receive it. Or then I will accept it.
Yes, that
す
makes
まない
sense.
ね。一応ベリウスさんに直接渡せってドンから言われてんだ。
So you can handle the first line of this.
Yeah, so sumanae
Yeah, sumanai.
Well, it's sumanai.
And then we have the ne is like a sort of drawn out, just regular.
Yeah,
agreement
that's
ne.
what the small sound.
Yeah, it's just
right?
lengthening the ne there.
Okay.
So what is sumanai?
Sumanai. Sumanai. Well, nai is negative, isn't it?
It is.
Or
It
maybe
is
not in
negative.
this-
It is negative, but in this case, it's similar to like the invitational negative in that it's not really negative.
Right. Okay.
So this comes from sumimasen, actually. The sumimasen gets shortened to suman sometimes. And sometimes then that gets re-lengthened to sumanai. He's basically saying sumimasen.
So wait, isn't he saying excuse me, basically?
Yeah, he's saying, you'll have to excuse me.
Okay.
That's the best way to translate this part here. You'll have to excuse me. And then he says, Ichio Belius-san ni...
Ichi is one.
Yeah, so in this case, Ichio means kind of temporarily or provisionally.
Okay.
So it's like a for now in this case. Then
Okay.
we have the name Belius-san ni tokusetsu. Tokusetsu means direct.
Okay.
And then he goes on to watasete don kare iwaraten da. So watasu is to like hand over. And then he does, instead of to, he does the small tsu plus te as a quotative. So what he's saying is, for the time being, the Dawn has told me to the Don's orders are just handed over directly to Belius.
Mm-hmm.
So he's basically saying, yeah,
Okay.
he's basically responding with, you gotta excuse me, but my orders are for now. My orders are to hand this over directly to Belius from the Don himself.
Yeah, so he's trying to be polite about, like, no, I can't actually just give it to you.
Yeah, pretty much.
しかしながらベリウス様は新月の晩にしか人に会われない
I like the, like, kind of, headgear that you got on Judith there.
Right, the visor. It suits her well, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he comes in with.
Okay.
You can handle the first line again.
Okay, so that's So again, right?
Yep.
Soka. Wouldn't that be like kind of like I see?
It's I see, but it's is that the case? It caused questioning kind of. So, oh, is that so?
So, okay. So, yeah, because the so is correct and then the cause just turning into a question mark. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, so it is just like, oh, is that so? Shika Shina, got.
Yep, ga. Shikashi nagara. So shikashi is but. It's another way to say but.
Okay.
And then nagara is. It's the best word for English to compare it to is while. So while something else is happening, would be like that other thing nagara.
Okay, so
Something else nagara. So he says he has but while. And so
Yeah.
what do you think this is basically getting at?
I see, but while that might be the case,
Exactly. So, but even so is I guess is what I'd say is probably the most natural translation of this.
yeah, that sounds correct. Yeah,
But even if
uh,
that's the case, but even so.
yeah.
And then you can read the name here.
Well, I know it's Bell. Oh, okay, Bell.
You got Bay, right?
Yeah. Try to remember. Is that he?
Not he, no.
Re.
Yes.
Re. Okay. Re.
Yep.
Berry. Ooh. So no, Su. Berry. Usu.
Yes. Belius.
Berry Usu. Okay.
So that's Belius, who we remember.
Yes.
And then and I bet you can guess what this kanji is actually. You know that since coming after a name, it's an honorific.
Yeah. So is this like? I'm gonna guess that this is gonna be like Sama.
It is. That is perfectly spot on. That is the kanji for sama.
Yes.
That is
Okay,
sama,
that makes sense.
That is sama wa. And then this is shingetsu. So that is new moon. Which
Okay.
translates literally. It turns out they have the same word for new moon that we do.
Oh.
It's the phase
Wait.
of the moon where it is not visible anymore. The phase where it is completely shadowed.
Right.
We call that a new
Wait.
moon. They also call that shingetsu, which literally means new moon.
Okay.
No ban. And then he
So-
says, Belius-sama wa shingetsu no ban ni shika. So, shika in this case is only.
Hmm. Okay.
And then for the last line, we start with, this kanji,
Hito,
correct?
and that's for people
Yep.
or person.
Person or people, yep.
Hito
ni.
ni. So it's a location or like an at.
Yep, an
Hito
at, I would
ni,
say.
And then something that looks a lot like a building or a temple.
So this is the kanji for to meet. In this case, it's pronounced
Okay. Wait, you said it's pronounced ah?
Yep.
Hito
So,
ni awa. Re.
Yeah. Ray, yes. I was gonna say you had trouble with this
Ray.
one before. This is Ray.
Renai.
Yep. So you notice this is negative.
Yes.
So the word ao is to meet. That's the base form. So we go from ao to aware. So
So is this basically saying, even if that's so, Belius can't meet people right now. I think can't meet
Basically.
people during the new moon or until the new moon. Something about the new moon.
basically, yes. That is exactly what it is. Belius cannot meet with people until the new moon.
Okay.
In English,
Okay,
they localize this as Belius only meets people. Belius will only see visitors on the new moon. But here, that's not quite how they say it. They say Belius can only meet people on the new moon.
Okay.
できれば次の新月の晩に来てもらいたいのだが。
Okay.
Okay. So,
Deki Rewa.
dekireba.
Right, ba. That's ba.
Yep. So in this
Deki
case,
Reba.
so dekira we talked about. What do you remember what that was?
No, I can't remember.
So dekiru is the verb to be able to do something.
Oh.
And in this case, when you put it into dekire, we put it at the a and then ba. That makes it conditional.
Okay.
So dekireba would be
She. So basically, she can only meet people.
it's not about this one's actually not about Belius. So dekireba is something about him.
Oh, he's saying that he can only do something.
So remember, we're making it conditional. So if I
Yeah.
can.
If I can. Okay. If
Yeah.
I can.
So if I could, and then this is
Yeah.
Tsugi, which means next. No Shingetsu.
Okay.
Once again, we have new moon here.
Yeah.
So Tsugi no Shingetsu would be the
Yeah.
next new moon. No Ban.
Okay.
So that's the night. So if I could, the night of the next full moon.
Yeah.
Ni kite moraitai no daga. So kuru is to come. Kite moraitai would be to have someone come. To want to
Okay.
have someone come. Technically, it's
Wait. Out of curiosity, so Kuru is to come, right?
yes, correct.
So, I don't know if you're familiar with this or if I told you about it before, but there's a character in Honkai Star Rail.
I know what you're talking
Where-
about. The spinning thing with kururin.
Yeah, is that just in that case just an onomatopoeia?
No. So kuru can mean either to come, but if you use a different kanji, you can get kuru, which means to spin.
So she's just saying spin, spin.
Yeah, kururin. So it's spin, spin, spinny, spinny, spin, kind of like that. That's what she's saying, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I guess that
this
makes
is
sense that, like, in the English translation, they translated it to time to spin, which is
Yeah.
fine, but it's not as cute or catchy.
yeah. I again, my automatic translation was spin, spin, spinny, spin, 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 spinny, spin.
Yeah, that would have been.
That's what
better,
I'd go
I
for.
think. Yeah.
But yeah, so he says kite moraitai, so that's kite, come and morau. Morau is to like to have someone do like you receiving something to someone, and then
Mhm.
tai. So I want to receive you coming. So basically saying,
Right.
if I could, I'd like to have you come back at the night of the next full moon. No da ga. So the no da is like it's saying that's the thing he wants. It's a
Yeah.
further emphasis.
So
And then
he's.
ga is but.
I take this to be that he's trying to be polite about it, but he's essentially saying, like, I can't accommodate that. Could you please come back the next full moon?
Yeah, he's
The
saying
next new moon, I guess.
he's saying if I could, I'd like you to come back the next full moon, but
Yes.
and it,
Okay.
yeah, as you said, this is him politely saying this is the most he can do for us. He's letting us
Yeah,
know
like
when
if
she will
you-
meet with people next, but he can't speed that
If
up.
you're willing to come back, then maybe something could be accommodated.
Yeah, exactly.
次の新月か。
And so she just goes, the next full
Um,
moon, huh?
Yeah.
なんで新月の晩だけ？
Nande.
Nande,
Wait,
do
is
you
it
remember that
non
one?
like what?
Non is what, but if you do nande, that's actually why.
Oh, okay. Why? So
And
why...
we did discuss, and then he says Shingetsu no Ban, so night of the new moon, not the full moon, the new moon.
Yeah.
And then he ends with Dake.
So he's asked...
You remember what Dake was? We
Dake.
discussed it earlier.
Dake. I can't remember.
It was only or just.
Oh, so he's asking, like, why just the night of the full moon?
Yeah. Why only new moon nights?
Yeah.
そういう主義なんでしょ？わかんないわよ。他人の考え方なんて。
So
that's-
we get one of those
that's
things I
so-
mentioned before with like you, like, so you, so you, as you said, that's like correct. That's like correct or like that. And then you is
Yeah.
saying it like that, but really it means like kind of. It's kind of like that kind of thing.
Mm-mm.
And Shugi is like not quite habit, but also not quite like preference. And then she says "nandesho." She probably just prefers things like that.
Yeah. And then...
Yeah.
Wakana... Wakanai...
Yep. We'll take that. Wakannai.
Wakanai. Wakanai.
I'll give you a hint for this, that this is a permutation of a negative form of a verb. It's similar to how the verb sounds, but it's not quite how it would normally be
Wait,
said.
doesn't... oh God, I'm probably gonna get this wrong. Doesn't wakaru mean, like, to understand?
Correct. You got it perfect.
Okay,
you got
so
it
this
in
is
one.
like... Okay, so this is like, and she's using it in negatives. Is she basically saying I don't understand?
Yeah, exactly. And then she does the feminine wa and the yo, like adding information. So,
Yeah.
wakannai wa yo. I don't really get it.
Yeah.
And then tannin. So this is other people. You see the kanji for person there.
Yes, yeah.
The ta there, that kanji before it is like other. So tannin is
Yeah.
other person.
Okay.
Tannin no kangai kata. So kangai is like the think, and kata is like way of. So, and then we have nante. So she says, I don't really get it. Other people's way of thinking.
Okay, cool.
What
so
she's saying is basically like, she probably just has that kind of habit. How am I supposed to know what she's thinking?
Yeah, so she's basically being fairly dismissive of Carol's question.
Yeah, she's being extremely dismissive of Carol's question, but for the reason of like, what am I supposed to say here? I don't know the person.
Yeah.
満月はつい最近だったし、新月はまだまだ先ね。
Okay, and so this is interesting because we have Mangetsu. So we had Shingetsu before as new moon. Mangetsu, what do you think would that be?
Well, I'm gonna guess that's like a full moon.
Correct. And interestingly, once again, this translates directly. Mon means like full.
Right.
So
Okay.
literally, Mangetsu, full moon.
Right.
The same way we say it in English. Tsui. Tsui is like already, or yeah, already is probably the best way of putting it. And then we have Saikin, which is most close. Technically, this means like recent.
Mm-hmm.
And then datta. Do you remember what that would be? Datta.
Wait, tata?
Datta.
Tata. Hang on. I think I wrote it down.
You might have. I'll give you a hint. It's a conjugation of a verb you know very well.
Tata.
So it is a little irregular. As a conjugation, I mean.
Yeah. Well, da is like a desu variation. Is that related
Correct.
to
Yes,
this?
you've got the right verb.
Okay.
So
Okay.
da was, as you
Da-
said, plane. It was the plane of des.
Yes.
the casual form of it. And
yeah,
then
casual
ta,
deaths.
I don't know if we went over
Ta.
this, but ta, adding that ta to it.
I don't remember if we did
That is the way to make the casual or the plain past. So
Okay.
instead of is, this is was.
Right.
So
Okay. Okay.
we have full moon,
Yes.
already, recently, was.
Right.
So she's saying, oh, it was just the full moon recently too. That she is
Yeah.
like and. And it was just the full moon recently. Shingetsu, so new moon wa. I'll let you take over the next 4 characters.
Mada Mada,
Mada, yep.
which I feel like I know.
It's definitely something you hear a lot.
Yeah, I've definitely heard it. Mada
I'll give you a hint that the next kanji is saki, which means like a head.
Is Mada Mada like kind of like just like a little?
Yeah, exactly. So Mada is like not yet.
Yeah. Okay. So
Or,
it's not yet.
like-
It's not yet there.
So Mada Saki, it's ahead. She's basically saying the new moon is still a ways ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So she's saying it's a little ways ahead.
Yep.
出直しますか。
Denaoshimasu is denaosu is like to head out and try again.
Okay.
Basically
So
just going- I guess we leave and try again.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
い
He's
ないな
basically.
ら仕方ないもんね。
And so he says, inai is like, so iru is like to, again, for people or moving things to exist.
Mhm.
So inai, not. Inai nara. So if not there. So if she's not here, shikatanai mon ne. Shikatanai is like, can't be helped.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's like there's nothing else that can be done here.
Yeah. Well, if she's not here, there's nothing we can really do.
わざわざ悪かったな。ドンの使いの者が訪れたことは連絡しておこう。
So waza waza.
Waza.
It's kind
I
of
like that.
it's just kind of a moderating sound. Like it's
Waza. So it's another like kind of automatopoeia thing.
yeah. And then warukata. So warui is like bad. Warukata was bad. It makes it past tense. And
Okay.
then so he's basically saying that's sort of it's basically like I'm sorry about this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
Like this is sort of unfortunate, or this is sort of bad. I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that. Don no tsukai no mono. Don no tsukai no mono. So don no tsukai, we had this before, but I didn't really explain it. So tsukai is like something that's being used.
Okay.
So don no tsukai is used by the dawn. No mono. And in this case, this mono is people, is like a person. So someone who's used by the dawn. Basically saying a messenger of the dawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ga hazureta koto. That's to visit. So the fact that a messenger of the dawn wa renraku shite oko. I'll let her, basically he's saying I'll let her know that someone from the dawn side came to make contact.
頼むわ。
Yeah.
Tanomu wa. So Tanomu is, oh yep, all right, I'm counting on you.
Okay. Cool.
じゃあ今のうちに砂漠の情報を集めてはどう？
So the ja in this case basically means then.
Yeah, again, it's like, well then.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
In this case, she's using it as kind of like a, well, all right then, moving on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then ima no uchi ni, so ima is now, and uchi is inside. So, all right, well then, around now, sabaku no joho, sabaku is desert, and joho is information. So information about the desert.
Mm-hmm.
O, atsumete wa dou? So atsumeru is a verb that means like to gather.
Right.
So we have information about the desert, o, gather, wa do. So how we went over do as, what was that again?
Wait. Which one?
Do at the end there.
Oh, okay. Do do.
Do is one of our question words.
Right. Do 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 do. It's so up until then, she's basically saying, if we can't get inside, let's investigate the desert.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Do is how.
Okay.
So,
How about we investigate the desert?
yeah, really, she's saying, how about we gather some information about the desert?
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
フェローの情報もね。
So, as usual, they highlight names in blue.
Yeah. That's in katakana.
It is in katakana. So,
I'm gonna pull up a katakana chart.
that's okay. If you gotta, you gotta.
Okay, so okay, so fu
But the A is little, so it's gonna be modifying.
right, so it's more like a fu. It's more like an extender, right? Like it's a.
In this case,
fu-
it actually comes out as fe. They don't have
Fe.
fe otherwise, so they use a fu with an a.
Oh, okay. Pharaoh. Oh, Pharaoh.
Yes, there you go. Fero.
Yeah,
And
they
then
want to
this is-
investigate Pharaoh in the desert.
Yep. And so they say Fero no Joho mo ne. So, and also information about Pharaoh.
私はエアルクレイネの情報を探したいんだけど。
Atashi, so that's just she's referring to herself.
Yep.
Atashi wa
And now we have a bunch of
E-
katakana.
yeah. So that's
Yep.
Wait, what does translate to?
Aya.
Aya.
Move them together a bit.
Oh,
Aya.
air.
Yeah, so we also
Oh,
have a
it's
new here.
air.
So Ayaru. Air, yeah. It's
Yeah,
air.
Okay.
And then
Right.
the next 4 bits, well, 3 if you don't include lengthener, but yeah.
So that is Ku.
Yep.
Kure.
And then we lengthen it.
Yeah. And oh god. Katakana.
Yeah.
Kurene.
Kurene.
Here. Krene. Air Krene.
Yep.
Air Krene. Okay.
And that's how they localize it. Krene. I believe it was
Krene.
Krene that they localized it as. Yeah, Krene.
Yeah.
But yeah. So she
Okay.
says, so, and then she has Erkrene no Joho. Joho is again information.
Right, so she wants to get information about the Air Krene.
Yeah, so she, and then she has Sagashtai. So Sagastu is to search, and Tai makes it like want to. So she's saying,
Yeah.
I want to search, and then we have Kido on the end, so that's that but. So I want to search for information about the Air Krene, but.
Right.
これだけ人の集まる場所なら期待できそうですね。
And then this is also going to be
Okay, well-
kind of difficult with all the kanji, but
Well, Kore is an item. Like Kore
Kore
is
it's
like
this. The
Yeah,
word
this.
this
Okay,
is the best
Kore.
translation. And then Dake we talked
Kore-
about before.
Dake. Okay. Kore Dake. Hito no. And then a lot of kanji.
Yeah, a lot of kanji. But what was that Dake? Do you remember what Dake was?
I was kind of hoping that the Hito no would help me remember, but I forgot.
It is only
Kore-
or just.
Okay.
So with only
Just
Kore de,
this.
only this. Yeah, or just
Yeah.
this, yeah. Hito no atsumaru.
Just this.
Hito no
Right.
atsumaru. So atsumaru is also to gather, but the difference between atsumaru and atsumeru is it's transitive versus intransitive. Atsumeru is transitive, and then you are gathering other things to you. Like you're getting a bunch of things and gathering them together. Whereas atsumaru is like people gathering, as in like gathering on their own. People
Okay.
coming together.
Wait. So. Okay. So people. Okay.
So like the idea of
So-
transitive versus intransitive, intransitive verbs are things that you just do. You're not doing them to anything, you're just doing them. Whereas
Right.
transitive verbs are
Right.
things you're doing
Okay.
it to something. For example, I run. I'm just running. I'm not running something, I'm just running. Versus I
Right.
kick.
Okay.
You typically you kick something. I kick the ball. That's a transitive verb. So the
Yes,
difference. So
okay.
atsumaru is intransitive, meaning people are just gathering together on their own. Whereas atsumeru
Mhm.
is to specifically gather something else, like you are, like say, like gathering your cards together.
Okay.
In English, we don't really change the word when we're doing it transitively versus intransitively. For example, I run as in I'm running on a road or whatever, or versus I run a
Yes.
program. I run a program is
Yes.
transitive versus I run like on a road. That's intransitive. We don't really make that difference in verbs in English, but that is a very major difference in Japanese.
Okay.
Anyway, so we have hito no atsumaru basho. Basho is place. So, how do you translate that? Hito no atsumeru basho. Atsumaru basho.
Hito no asu. So.
Person no gather place.
Well, it's gathering at the. It's gathering at that place.
I would say you'd put it together as a place where people gather.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Place where people.
because
gather.
remember, this is the intransitive gather. So this is where like just kind of coming together on their own. So a place where
Right,
people
okay.
a place where people gather together, essentially.
Right.
And then nara is like if the thing before it. So if it's a place where people gather, and then kitai is like expectation, and then we have deki soul. This is that dekiru, which means like to be able to do. Deki soul means like soul makes it like you hear or you see or you think. So
Okay.
kitai deki soul would be to be able to have. I think we could have expectations.
Right.
And then desne, it is. So she's basically saying,
Right.
oh, with just this, I think we could have expectations about a place where people gather.
おっさんは先に宿に行ってていい？
Or-
とりあえずドンに経過報告の手紙出しとくわ。
Or rather, I guess, with just this, or if it's just this, then if it's a place where people gather, I think we could have some expectations of like finding all that information we were talking about.
Yeah.
And he says, Othun, which you can probably figure out that word. You may have heard it before.
It was fun. I
Othun.
feel like it's like referring to like an old person.
Old man, yeah. Othun is usually an old
Yeah.
man. Specifically, it
Yeah.
is male. You wouldn't refer to an old woman
Yeah.
with this.
Also. Okay.
Osama Saki ni Yado ni itte ii.
Obasan is like more like old lady, right?
Yeah, Oba-san or Oba-chan would be like a granny.
Right.
So he says, Osama wa saki ni yado ni itte ii. So old man marked as the topic. Saki, we said that's like ahead. Saki ni usually means like before. So, and then yado is like the inn. Ni itte ii. Iku is to go, and then good. So he's basically saying, is it fine if this old man heads to the inn first?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So he's referring to himself as an old man, which I guess
He does
Is-
do a lot.
continue it. It's true to also the English translation of it.
Yeah, the English translation is very accurate to how he speaks of himself.
Yeah. Okay.
とりあえずis like for the time being or like as things stand. どんに経過報告経過報告の手紙 so 経過報告 is like a 経過報告 it's like a sort of in progress report, like a progress report.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Tegami is letter. Bashtoku wa. So he's basically saying, as it is, I gotta send out a progress report to the Dawn.
Sure. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's just saying fine, basically.
Oh, it literally that translates literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of a nod. Yeah, go ahead. And then she says,
Then, Atashi. So she's referring to herself. Atashi wa mo iku.
I say Iko.
Iko. So she's saying, oh, I'll be off.
Well, she's using a pastira, so that's us still. So,
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So.
and then Mo is as
Okay,
well. Keep that in mind. Mo is like also.
Right. Okay. So she's like, we also should go. Then let's all
Exactly. Yep. Well then, we should also get going.
Yeah.
Raven has left the party.
Tragic.
All right, so we said hi to Nats. He basically said, "Nope, sorry, Belius only needs to be on the new moon. Come back later." And we're like, "All right, well, guess
Yeah.
we'll come back later. Time to go look for information."
Yeah.
And then doop. I wanted to do a quick. Okay, yeah. We're gonna go speak with the innkeeper. Check in since Raven was over here.
お泊まりかい
Irashai. I feel
Yep,
like I'm
you
very
know that.
familiar with that. Irashai.
I've said it multiple times tonight.
Oh, that's like a hello.
It's basically like, yeah, it's more like a welcome, I would say. Irashai.
Irashai.
Yep. Welcome. And then otomari, so tomaru is like to stay the night in a place. So otomari
Okay,
hai
cool.
is basically like, oh,
Yeah,
are you
so,
staying?
like-
Welcome. Are you staying the night?
Yeah. Yes.
連れが来ていると思うんだけど
Ooh, okay. Tsureru is like to bring along. Tsure is like a person you take with you. So it's kind of like one of our group.
Yeah.
And he says, それが来てると思うんだけど、来ている is like coming. And then と思う so I think, basically. だけど, and then we have that but at the end. So basically saying, I think one of our group already came, but
お連れさんいえ今日はまだ誰も客は来てないけどね
Okay, so
so she says,
so she's like confirming.
Otsure-san? So, oh, one of your group?
Yeah.
And then she says,
Yeah.
Yeah. 今日は
Kyo.
so that's kyo, like today. Well, まだ誰も is so dare is
Yeah.
who. Daremo means like anyone. 誰も客は来てないけどね. So she says basically, oh, no one's
No one's checked in.
no customers have checked it. There hasn't been a single customer checking in today yet.
ふらふらとしょうのないおっさんだな
So fura is like wandering, or like flitting about.
Mhm.
So fura to shou no nai. So shou ga nai is like can't be helped, or like it is what it is. Shou no nai is basically the same. So fura to shou no nai ossan da na. Like so Osan is old man, and she's saying, what are we going to do with this wandering old man?
Yeah. I mean, he didn't need to report back to the Dawn, and
だったら
also
もう少しいろいろお話聞いて回りませんか？
So we have that datta again, which was, do you remember what that was from last time? It was a past tense of a verb you're very familiar with.
oh, it's the deaths.
Yes, correct. So datta. So
Yeah.
so in this case, it's not actually datta. It's dattara. So if you take the past tense and you add that raw on, the casual past tense and add that raw, what you get is the you get another way to make the conditional. So in this
Okay.
case, it's if that's the case,
Mm.
then we have もう少しいろいろの話聞いて回りませんか? So more少し a little bit. So a little bit more いろいろお話. So いろいろ is various. お話 is like stories or like conversations. And then 聞いて that's to listen. Mawari is like to go around. Mawarimasu. And then mawarimasen makes it negative, but it's that negative invitational again. And then ka.
Yeah, so why don't we go around and like talk to people?
Exactly. Why don't we go around and like listen to people's listen to what people are talking about a little bit more?
だな。
That's
Don't
easy
know. I'm
enough.
assuming that's like that's probably like sure or okay.
Yeah, it's da is in like the plane of deaths, and then na is just like seeking agreement. So yeah, I guess that's how it is.
Okay. Right. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna pop outside for a minute.
Cool.
Do 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 do. And then we go down to. Oh, look, it's Patty. Hello.
Oh yeah. Hey, Patty.
パーティーだよ。何してるんだろう。
So, first line's pretty
Pop-
easy for you.
Patty. So, oh, Patty. Dayo.
Yep.
Dayo. Dayo sounds like what Naruto always says.
Yeah, a little bit. Datebayo. Yeah. It's similar.
Yeah.
The da is exactly what you expect.
I mean, I assume it's like, oh, Patty. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's essentially what. It
He's going,
translates
oh,
to.
it's Patty?
Yeah. Nanchi, right? Nanchi. Hey.
Yeah,
hey,
there goes your
hey,
surprise.
Poppy.
We are not, in fact, meeting with Belius today.
Yeah.
But you're, in this case, it's Nani. So Nani,
Nani.
and then
Nani she.
she.
Teru.
We'll take that steady. So remember how I mentioned you do the te form plus iru to make is doing something.
Right.
Broadcaster sound alert source
So is-
offline. Huh. Oh yeah, I need to fix that. Sorry, that is my own fault. I'll get that going eventually again. Apologies for that. I forgot I needed to fix that. But yeah, so
Is it?
go ahead.
Is he essentially saying like, what is she doing?
Exactly. What's she doing there? 何
Right,
してるんだろう?
買い物みたいですね。
So that first, so kau is the verb to buy, and mono is thing.
Okay.
So kai mono would be
Wait, is she buy as in purchase?
yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. So she's purchasing a thing.
She's shopping.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
she says mitai, which we discussed before was like looks like. So looks like she's shopping.
Yeah.
これとこれくれなのじゃ。
She sounds much younger in Japanese.
Yes, but she speaks like an old man. It's very funny.
Yeah. Kore to kore I guess they translated her speaking like an old man to giving her like a piratey speech in English.
Not, yeah. Well, they really did not convey it at all in English, honestly.
Okay.
This is one of those things that's very hard to convey, honestly.
Yeah.
They did some of it, like calling
Cor-
Yuri lad here and there, but like it's, yeah. But kore to kore. What would kore to kore be?
This and this.
Yep, exactly. And then kure is like, give me. And then nanoja is just her ending her sentences in a somehow both very much like a kid and also like an old person way.
How does it accomplish that?
So nanoda is a very kid-like way of speaking.
Yeah.
It's but ja is using ja instead of da is a very old person. Only old people talk that way, pretty much.
Okay.
So she is somehow speaking simultaneously like a 8-year-old and also like a 80-year-old.
Okay.
It's a weird mix of 8-year-old speech and 80-year-old speech. It's a very
Hi.
strange way of speaking.
ちょっとあんた
Right.
Oh. So basically it was this and this. Give me these, please. And she goes, oh
Yeah.
yes.
And then he's saying like, wait, you.
Yep, correct.
その格好すいませんがあなたアイフリードのお孫さん
Oh, okay. Sono.
She goes, that's just kind of an
Ano.
And then we have sono kakko. So sono is like that near the person. So sono kakko. Kakko is like appearance. So that appearance.
Yeah, so you look Sui. Is that's Ma, but after that is that's
Yep, that is set.
that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Suimasen ga.
Yep. Sumimasen ga.
Excuse me.
Yep. Excuse me, but the ga in this case is like but.
Excuse me, but and then Ifrit.
Anata.
Wait, how does that?
Aifrido.
Ifrit. Oh.
And then-
No.
No, Mago-san. So that's Mago is granddaughter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you are you the granddaughter of Ifrit?
Yep. That
Yeah.
appearance. Excuse me, but are you the granddaughter of Ifrit?
いやねちょっとした噂が流れてるんだ
Yeah. Yeah, ne. So that's kind of filler. Then we have chotto shita uwaza ga. So chotto is a little. Shita doing
Yeah.
or did. And then uwasa is a rumor. So
Mhm.
there's a little bit of a rumor. Ga nagarete iru nda. So nagareru is to flow.
Right. Okay.
How am I supposed to give you 500 bits for JoJo? I appreciate they would want to spend 500 bits on me, Wampy. I very much do. I will try to get that fixed by next stream. I promise. Now that I remembered that I have to. Again, I lost all my OBS settings a while ago, and now I've had to rebuild them. So, and I just got lost in
Fair.
the whole mess of everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have, chotto shita uwasa ga nagareteるんだ. So, a little bit of a rumor has been floating
アイ
around.
フリードみたいな服着てその孫だって名乗る娘がいるって
So, Aifrido Mitai we talked about. You remember what Mitai was?
Mitai was like C, right?
Looks like. Yeah. Mitai is used for looks like.
Yeah. Looks
So
like.
Aifrido Mitai would
Looks
be
It looks like Ifrit.
yeah. So Aifrido Mitai na marks as an adjective, and then Fukugi. So Fukugi is like clothes. So with clothes that look like Ifrids. Oh,
Right.
Fukukite.
Okay.
So wearing clothes that look like Ifrid. Sono mago datta. And his granddaughter, and is his granddaughter. And then we have Nanoru Musume. So Nanoru is like to announce one's name. So
Yeah.
and Musume is like a girl. Got yurite. There is. So like that there's a rumor floating around that there's a girl wearing clothes that look like Ifrids going around naming herself as his granddaughter.
孫って
What does Mago mean again?
Granddaughter. That's our word for granddaughter.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, okay.
Granddaughter means granddaughter, and then te is like granddaughter, she says, because again that te is quotative.
やっぱり
Again, that's like
Yeah.
after all.
Okay.
So after all,
全部で450ガルドになります
eto is another filler word like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So zenbu de. So altogether, the whole thing is 450 garudo, 450 gold ni narimasu. So ni narimasu is it becomes,
Yeah.
but it's kind of a more polite way of saying it is.
Yeah, okay. So
The
it's
same way
it-
like a cashier in
so
English might
basically
say,
she's saying,
"Oh, it
like,
comes to."
anyways, this is how much it costs.
So, going, so in total, it comes to 450 gold.
もううちにはあまり来ないでいただけますかね
Oh, so yeah. So Shuinsuke goes, and then, mo, uchi ni wa ammari, so, mo is like already or more, and then uchi, she uses uchi, which is another word for like, me, but it tends to refer to more like my place, or here, like as my place. And then niwa marks it as like a topic and a location. And amari means not very much. And then we have konai, which is the verb to come, but negative, so not come. And then she puts that into with de, and then itadakemasu ka. So itadaku is to receive. Putting into itadakeru is to like can receive. So she's basically going, if I could have you not come around so much anymore.
それは
Okay.
She's
う
being
ちがアイフリードの孫だからかな
she's being polite, but saying please don't come anymore.
Yeah.
And so sorewa
Tore wa. Okay.
would be go.
That's. I think it's like that.
Yeah, so that is, and this is specifically that is in like near the person she's talking to. So basically what she's talking about is the idea here.
Mm-hmm.
That is, and then note Patty uses uchi as the first person pronoun for her. So she uses uchi instead of watashi.
Right.
So uchi ga aifrido no mago dakara.
What is uchi instead of watashi?
Uchi is, it tends to be feminine. It's feminine. It's also can be considered somewhat old-fashioned.
Okay.
So again, this is part of her speaking kind of like an old person. And then uchi ga, so marking herself as the subject. Aifrido no mago, Aifrid's granddaughter. And we have dakara. So da is as you know.
It's like da is like then, right?
Da is like is.
Well, it's a des.
Or am. Yeah, it's a des. Yeah, it's a des.
Yeah,
And then kara
is.
is because.
Yeah.
So, and then ka marks it's a question. No is just kind of a way of speaking. So, how do you translate this?
Okay. Is it kind of... Is she kind of saying it's like that's because I'm Ifrit's granddaughter?
Yep, basically. Is that because I'm Ifrit's granddaughter?
いや
そのですね、うちは別にいいんですよ。でもね、ほらお客さんとかが。
So she goes, そのですね. So, yeah, that's basically it. And then she goes, うちは別にいいんですけど、いいんですよ. So uchi is the first person pronoun. So betsu is like separate, but in this case she says betsu ni ii. So I don't particularly mind. It's fine by me. Demo ne, but hora is just like hey, or like you see, and then okyakusan toka ga, okyakusan is like guess, toka is like sort of, and then yes and the like. So she's basically saying, oh, yeah, that's basically it. You see, I don't really mind, but you know, the guests and other people.
Yeah, so he's kind of pushing it on him, and then he's like, me?
Yeah, exactly. No, me? Yeah, ちょっと待ってくださいよ. Hey, hold on a second. 私は何もそんなこと I didn't say anything like that.
ちょっと言ったじゃないですか。ギルドの義に反したやつの孫が来たら店のイメージダウンだって。
Ooh. So, ちょっと言ったじゃないですか. So, ちょっと is a little, or like hold on. And then we would talk about iu as to say. Itta is past tense. Then we have what comes after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ita is past tense.
Itta is like said.
Ita. Yeah. Janai. Ita janai.
Yep.
So that's like the negative.
That, yeah,
Right.
isn't.
And deska.
Yep. So, say isn't is question. So it's a little weird, but
Right.
I think you can figure it out.
So, isn't that what you said?
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that what you just said? And then she says, Gildo no gi ni hanshita yatsu ga, yatsu no mago ga. So guild, the guy who betrayed the guild, the granddaughter of the guy who betrayed the guilds, ga kitara, if she comes, ga kitara mise, so the store she comes to, no imeji down datte. So image down. Basically, what he said, he basically so isn't that what you just said? That if the daughter of the guy who betrayed the guilds comes to a store, that store's image will go down, won't it? that store's image will go down, right? So she's literally, and she's literally doing the Tay to quote him.
人々を守るっていうギルドの本文破って多くの民間人を殺戮した人物の孫だし。
So that だって人々を守るっていうギルドの本文破って so datte is like but and then 人々を守るっていう so 人々 is people を守る to protect people 守る is to protect and then he does the te here for quotative so and then teyu so teyu gildo so a guild that says they're going to protect people no honbu yabutte so break if a guild that says they'll protect people and then breaks their oath. Oku no mikanjin. So minkanjin is interesting. This first three kanji on the third line. Min is like people or like citizenry. Kan is like space and jin is people. This technically means like civilians. And then satsuriku shita. So that's satsuriku is like kill. I don't know what the riku is actually offhand, but I know that this word together is like massacre.
Okay.
And then jinbutsu is
So,
human person.
massacring people.
Yeah, so
Massacring civilians, I guess.
yeah, massacring civilians, exactly. And we have jinbutsu.
Yeah.
So massacred civilians, jinbutsu. Which is person thing. So it's like a person.
Okay.
A person of note, essentially. And then Nomago, granddaughter. And then we have Dashi. So Da is in des, and then she is and. So he says, but she's the granddaughter of a guy who's from a guild that says they're supposed to protect people, and then massacres a whole bunch of civilians.
それは
so she's kind of just stuttering a little bit, but she's saying that's
Yep, that's it. You got it. Spot on. That's...
yeah.
くだらねえ話してるじゃねえか。
Ugh. Here we coming in with the good lines as usual. So kudaranai is like boring or useless. And then he has hanashi is in like a talk or a discussion.
Okay.
So he's literally saying,
Okay.
and then shiteru is like doing, or hanashi shiteru, so doing a discussion. Jane, so janai, he's speaking roughly. So janai is not. But in this case, it's again kind of the invitational. Isn't that a useless conversation you're having?
Right. Okay.
なんだよ。
She's basically saying what, but she's saying it with emphasis because of the yo.
Yeah. You're saying,
She's
basically
not
like,
happy.
you're saying like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Or like, what's with you?
こんな子供に何の責任があるってんだ。こいつが直接何か悪いことをしたか。
Hello, Nebarth and friends, irashai, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Kite kurete hontou ni arigato.
You're shy.
Hello, welcome, friends. I assume Heather's probably with you. But yes, how did Monster Hunter go? I know you were streaming that while you were over there. So for the record, I was over literally before I came home. I was literally over in Neb's chat, chatting about the recent Monster Hunter news a little bit. Have you heard about that pending?
I don't know if this is what you're referring to, but one piece of Monster Hunter, well, I guess more of a complaint that I heard recently is that the game has been running into trouble with certain GPUs.
Okay, that's not actually what it's going. It is a complaint that people
but
are having,
has
but
that
yeah.
not-
Oh, you made new layered armor. Got your hunts done for the new layered armor. Very nice. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I hope you have fun here. We're practicing together. So
what's the new Monster Hunter stuff?
So it was recently discovered that part of the reason Monster Hunter Wilds and specifically performs really badly, like it's having really bad frame rate and performance issues for a lot of people. But it was really inconsistent, and people couldn't figure out what was, like, some people were having notably better performance than others, and they couldn't figure out what was the issue. Until recently it was discovered that the issue is that they have a DLC check that is running multiple times a second if you don't have the DLC. But if you do have the DLC, it goes,
actually.
oh, they have the DLC, and stops checking. And so the more DLC that exists that you have not purchased, the worse your performance gets, because it has to keep doing checks for those DLCs.
That's wild.
Which means as the game has updated and added more more paid DLC, and people have not necessarily bought as much of that DLC as comes out, the performance has degraded and gotten worse and worse for people. So if you own all the DLC, the performance is pretty much like it was on launch if you had all the DLC then. But if you haven't been keeping up and buying all the DLC, your performance has gradually gotten worse and worse and worse with the game. Now, some people are theorizing this is intentional. I don't think it's intentional. That would be a really bad look. I think it's an accident.
I don't imagine it's intentional either. Yeah. I think it's probably an accident / laziness. As far as like,
and I think they've actually put out an official thing and acknowledging that this is an issue and that they're planning to fix it. So, but basically, some guy proved that this was the case. He initially had the idea because he had a save file, and he was having problems playing. But he had a friend who had an account with who had an account, and he was trying various things. I think he was trying various things to try and figure out his issue. And he decided to try playing on his friend's account. His friend and so he played on his friend's account, and with his old save file. It was the same save file across both accounts that he was using. But with his friend's save file, his performance was notably better. And
so
he checked and he tried to figure out what the difference between the two accounts was, and he realized that his friend had all the DLC.
Yeah.
And so he ended up making a mod.
Apparently, a person tested it. Yeah.
Yeah, he ended up making a mod based on that experience that literally modifies the DLC check and just makes it always come back with, yes, they have the DLC. And his performance on his own account skyrocketed. And it basically completely proved that, yes, this is the problem. When you don't have the DLC, it degrades your performance because it keeps checking multiple times a second about it.
It looks like without the mod, he was getting 26 frames per second. With the mod enabled, it went up to 46 frames per second. Using the same busy hub scene.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally, he almost doubled his performance just by getting the DLC check to say yes.
Yeah.
My personal opinion on the matter is,
that's crazy.
This is such a bad look if it was intentional that I really cannot believe they did it intentionally. It is a boneheaded, stupid.
I agree. I don't.
Really terrible way of trying to check for DLC that they really screwed up with.
Yeah.
But as long as they fix it, I will forgive them. The problem is they need to fix it. If they now go for like 4 months and release. I was gonna say if they go for months now and then they release it with, they release more DLC without fixing this, then I have to start questioning things. But
so I guess here's my question.
Yeah.
Is there any particular reason why the game can't just perform one check for DLC upon boot up, log whatever the response is, and just leave that as your DLC status for the remainder?
Because it's an online multiplayer game where they rely on you having DLC as part of their monetization strategy. Because if they just save it in a specific place,
yeah,
it's enough. and then call it, and then just always refer back to that place. What happens if you use cheat engine, flip that bit to say yes instead of no, and then just keep playing?
Right.
Basically, since they rely on this for monetization to a certain extent, they have to be a little bit more stringent about their checks than that. They can't just say yes and then leave that for the rest of the game. They have to repeat their checks occasionally. If they have no level of checking that people haven't modified values, they may as well have no checks at all, practically. On the other hand,
Right. So they do have to.
they do have to regularly check a while ago.
Aggressively as they have been.
But checking multiple times a second is stupid. If they, as Deb and I were talking about, it's amazing what a gaming PC can do when it's not running a DLC check multiple times a second. Exactly. If they're not pushing that DLC check multiple times a second, it works way better. And they could really do plenty without that. If they imagine they ran it once every, it takes less than a second. They are literally running it. Think about the fact that at very least almost half of someone's frames got hit by these checks. That means that that's at least like 20 times a second that is doing these checks. Imagine if instead of 20 times a second, in fact, what it seems like is it's probably doing it literally based on like a performance, like number of, like actually like per frame of the game or something like that. Like per timestamp frame or whatever.
Probably,
like,
yeah. I imagine.
Imagine if instead of per frame, they checked, I don't know, once a minute. The performance impact would be completely unnoticeable, but it would be a pain in the ass to like have to change that every minute or you like get hit for cheating.
Can't they tether it to like a timer that's running every minute?
They could. They absolutely could. They just didn't.
Yeah. Because like obviously they did not make this in Godot, but I've been messing around with Godot a little bit, and the thing I'm doing is like an idle clicker, so I have a thing that does a tick every like second to update currencies and stuff.
Yeah.
So like every second a certain number of things are running, but there's no reason why you couldn't additionally have an additional thing running that happens every minute or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But what if you have the frame perfect cheat engine dodges? Yeah, I mean, theoretically, if it's a timer, someone could theoretically, I guess, make a cheat engine code that every minute goes in and flip. If it's set to every minute, it does the check. They could go in and create a cheat engine script that waits a minute, flips that bit back to true, and then waits another minute for it to put it back to false and then flips it back to true.
Except to say, I feel like that's all, like, this person that made the mod to essentially disable the checks.
Again, people have already circumvented this. To be fair, I think he did it so it didn't actually,
I feel like
I think he made it so it didn't actually unlock the DLC, it just made the check come back that he had. Which is its own thing, but it does prove that this isn't even that helpful.
Yeah, as aggressive as it is, it seems like it is a problem that can be circumvented
Just as easily as checking once a minute, yeah.
Yeah. It kind of makes me think of another problem that I wonder if companies, game companies in particular, are going to run into over the next little bit. Because like I sent you that thing about the glass.
Mm-hmm.
So just to give context, so in the last, say, yearish, maybe a little bit more than a year, because of essentially what is an arms race between near $1 trillion companies or above $1 trillion companies to build more data centers than their competitors, there was a shortage of GPU, and then that evolved into a shortage of RAM. Most recently, there is a shortage of this specialized glass that is used to mount chips. So this is an even more fundamental thing than saying there's not enough GPUs or there's not enough RAM, because if you don't have the glass to mount the chip, then that's all chips. Like that's a potential bottleneck that could affect all chips, all electronics. And like with a lot of these bottlenecks, it's not an easy solve, because at the moment this specialized glass is made by exactly one company, and that one company does not want.
I think they actually
to
listed 2 companies in the video you
production
sent me,
of the
but yeah.
specialized gas, because I think what it is there's one company that's doing it now, and then there's the potential for a second company that's going to start up doing it, but it isn't doing it yet.
Okay.
If I'm remembering correctly, which
But
I
yeah,
may
no,
not.
as was said,
But
it's basically the special type of glass they use to adhere chips to like boards.
Yeah, but
And there's
so
one
here's-
Japanese company that
here-
currently makes this glass.
yes,
But
and they
the last time they
don't
had
want to increase the production of the glass.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want to. So basically, the last time they had a huge spike in demand, where they were encouraged to step up production, was during COVID, and they stepped up their production massively. But then, a couple years, it was like a couple years before like a bunch of the restrictions got eased, people started going back outside, and the demand dropped back to basically pre-COVID levels, and with only a couple years of operating at this increased capacity, they didn't make up the money they spent to increase the capacity that far. They actually ended up losing a bunch of money by increasing their capacity to meet demand during COVID. And so now that they're having another AI, now there's this big AI data center spike in demand, they're basically going, hey, last time we increased production to match demand, we got burned hard. We are going to wait, and right now we don't want to follow that trend. We're not doing that again if it ends up being a bust. So we're going to wait and see how things go, and in the meantime, you're just going to have to deal with our current level of production capacity.
So, and under normal circumstances, that would be fine, as evidenced by the fact that it has been for years, with the exception of that COVID spike. But that was an extraordinary situation. But with the amount of chips that are trying to get pumped out to fulfill these data center orders, it's just not practical anymore. So that's obviously been leading to, at a consumer level, these bottlenecks have been leading to increased prices, and even some companies pivoting away from providing consumer hardware entirely, because providing enterprise hardware is just so much more lucrative right now.
Exactly.
So what I wonder is, like, we're getting to a point now where a gaming PC is probably double the price that it would have been, say, 2 years ago. Like,
absolutely.
I looked on, like, Dell, for example, and like a mid-ish range Alienware computer is over $5,000 Canadian. And Alienware computers obviously were not cheap to begin with.
Yeah.
But just like a year ago, it was hovering around $2,000. So
I was gonna say 2,000,
like,
2,500, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so it's more than doubled in price in the span of a year. So in the short term, that might not have a huge impact on the PC gaming market, because a lot of people are like, okay, well,
a lot of people are holding, like, they're like, okay, I can just hold off on upgrades for a bit.
Yeah, but if this is a problem that persists for years, then what do people do? Because, like, there are certain people that can just eat the cost, but there's a lot of people that just can't. And these games don't want to just sell to the people that can eat the cost, because they need to reach a certain level of critical mass for their game to be popular enough. So I feel like we might hit a point where, in terms of optimization, it might become more critical. But in addition to that, I feel like we've reached a point where maybe, like, okay, graphics are just not going to get better, because it's just not feasible to expect people to have the hardware for that to be possible.
I mean, speaking of a game that we were just talking about, Monster Hunter Wilds came out with huge performance problems, even on really good computers. And right now, getting even a computer that was capable of running Monster Hunter Wilds at 60 frames per second steadily is so much more expensive. Capcom may see a huge dip in their sales, not just because of their recent fiasco with the DLC checking, but also because people just can't afford to play their game. They can't afford a computer that can handle it.
And this is not this is not going to be an exclusively PC problem.
It's not.
Consoles, while they have the advantage of specialization, they're going to run into the same problem of like hardware being more expensive. So they're going to have to
if this happens,
charge more for the consoles, as they already have been.
Yeah. If they are having to put out a new console while prices are increased like this, that console is going to be expensive.
Yeah, like, will people spend $1,000 buying a console? Because at the moment, that doesn't seem like a far-fetched thing.
People were mad enough about the PS5 jumping up in price to $700. Like,
yeah.
I think a lot of people will go, oh, if I have to spend $1,000 on a console, I'm just not going to. I just don't need that console.
Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of where I wonder, like, how this is going to go over the next couple of years.
Yeah. That said, I don't know if you heard, but apparently OpenAI is on the verge of bankruptcy.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that.
I know, we'll absolutely see what happens with that. They are likely to be bought out by another company before they go under.
It's one of those things where I'll believe it when it happens, because OpenAI has always been an industry leader in destroying money. Like, I don't think anything in the history of the world has been more successful when it comes to making money vanish than OpenAI. It's truly...
Oh, yeah. They have put in a lot of money, and they just... It's a black hole. Like, there's been so much put into it.
Yeah.
So much spent on it. And the amount of money it's actually bringing back to them is only a fraction of that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I will say that I don't feel like OpenAI going bankrupt will necessarily solve the AI problems, because one, I would expect OpenAI to get bought out, and that'll consolidate the AI market more, which probably is not good.
Yeah, it's not good, but I do think it will have a knock-on effect, though.
The person I would say is most likely to buy out OpenAI if it goes for sale is Elon Musk, and man, do I not love that idea.
Yeah, no. I think it's basically the three companies I think would potentially buy it. First, I think Nvidia is the most likely. Nvidia is saying, hey,
I could see that happening, because
essentially
Nvidia already owns a significant chunk of OpenAI.
And a lot of what OpenAI bought from Nvidia, a lot of hardware OpenAI bought from Nvidia, they technically bought on debt. Like,
yes, they did. They absolutely did. Like,
they did not pay the full amount to Nvidia for it. So Nvidia being able to go, hey, let's just take all of those back, and now we get to use them and all the things that OpenAI put into like this whole setup without having to build that part ourselves is great. And now we've basically made our own hardware for it.
Yeah,
I think that's probably one of the most likely.
Yeah, I could absolutely see NVIDIA. I think Microsoft would be another one to watch, because
I was going to say Google and Microsoft are about even on the list of next ones to potentially buy it.
I would give Microsoft the edge only because Microsoft already owns a significant stake in OpenAI, whereas Google doesn't really.
Yeah, there's that, and there's also the fact that Microsoft's Copilot did not go well. In some ways, we may not see AAA games hit the same sales numbers we've seen, but the actual industry will grow just by breadth more than depth. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think indies will continue to flourish because again, indies tend to be better.
Indies will flourish because if anything, indies will do better because like indies are games that don't rely on graphics typically. So
Yeah.
like
Indies
if
may have to
you're
care more about optimization, which is something I welcome, but
yes. Yes.
they at very least
But like
won't be like they don't
yeah.
tend to rely on graphics, as you said. So with a little bit of optimization push, ultimately
Yeah.
they might end up fine in this new like environment.
Because typically speaking, people with older hardware that want to find something to play, indie games tend to be a lot friendlier for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Not universally, but typically.
But yeah,
So
and
I think this is I think in some ways it kind of equalizes indie and AAA a bit more because
yeah,
AAA won't have as much of an edge if like they can't pump out games that rely on like
on
high-end
just
hardware
pure
because
graphical
people
fidelity.
can't afford
Yeah,
high-end hardware.
exactly. I think you're right
Yeah.
about that.
At least to some extent.
But yeah, on the flip side though,
But
I
yeah.
also fully believe that basically one of the intents with this, what they are hoping to achieve, is that they will eventually force people to not be able to afford their own computer, but instead have to rent essentially a computer from them that's basically a console that accesses their web server to do everything.
Yeah.
I think that is something they would very much like to have happen.
Yeah. I think
I don't think that's going to work out. I think there are too many things that rely on people being able to interact with their computer in a speedy manner, and those will never be taken over by a cloud system. Cloud gaming, for example, we've already proven that it's not a great choice.
Google tried cloud gaming with very
Stadia, yeah.
bad results. I think Sony's probably had the best luck when it comes to cloud gaming.
They have. Sony's definitely done the best, but even then, it's not great.
Yeah.
People generally prefer to have their game on their system.
Yeah, Microsoft's also tried it, and I guess maybe like the problem with cloud gaming is like you kind of offload some of the bottleneck from being on the hardware, so you do get that advantage. But the bottleneck then becomes the internet stability and connection.
Well, you end up trading the bottleneck of people's individual machines potentially being a bottleneck to not only their connection being an individual bottleneck for each player, but also the servers being able to handle all the traffic as a secondary bottleneck. Which means the more people are trying to do something, the worse it gets.
Yeah, and it's not as if server capacity is easy to come by right now.
Yeah, and that's one of the big problems.
They run into the same issue with like vastly expanding their servers.
You basically have traded. So like the individual player's connection is still a bottleneck that's a problem in both cases, but you've traded the player's machine for the host machine and like the player's machine for the server machine and the server's connection, including how burdened it is by people trying to connect to it and use it.
Yeah.
You've traded one bottleneck for two separate bottlenecks that can both become problems and will get worse the more people want to use your system. You've essentially made it so that you cannot scale and keep up with demand.
Yeah, it's very hard to envision that working. If for no other reason, then it's been pushed for so long with limited success. Like,
and
it's not as if
here's the other thing about
gaming is a new like bleeding edge concept.
Yeah, it's the other part about cloud gaming that has been proven by the past years of it existing and people trying it is that a central corporate server where the cloud gaming comes from is bad. The times cloud gaming has worked best is when you have your own machine that is hosting the game and you are connecting to your own machine over the networks. I love cloud gaming.
MMOs are kind of like the closest we have to like a viable cloud gaming strategy right now.
But like not even that. Like I love remote gaming. I use my Steam Deck at work sometimes to play games on my home desktop that my Steam Deck can't handle. That works great. But that works great partially because I never have to worry about my home computer and my home connection not being good enough for it because people are hammering it.
Yes.
We have found that cloud
yeah.
gaming,
Like,
the hardest problem is the fact that the server gets hammered. They need not only a connection massive and fast enough that it can handle the amounts of traffic the likes of Netflix, because it is literally streaming video to you to make this work, but also that can do it fast enough that there isn't that much latency between you pressing a button, that button getting to the server, having things happen, and then the video coming back to you over the internet again. It needs to handle all of that.
Any game
quickly.
that wants precision.
Exactly.
So,
Any game
like,
that wants not only precision but also speed. If you have reaction time as a problem in your game, that is going to be awful. And it's much better for me at work because the connection from me at my job 2 miles away to my home desktop, that's 2 miles. It's not that bad. The actual physical locality of that is fine. And even if I go farther away, I don't worry that my desktop is streaming video to 7 people at once. No, it's streaming video to me. It doesn't need to be streaming to anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, and like I think about like what one of the most popular genres of video games right now, like first-person shooters, like that would collapse under cloud gaming.
It does. I have tried first-person shooters under cloud gaming.
Yeah.
If I'm even with my good setup where I am 2 miles from my computer, depending on the connection quality at the time, it can really not be great.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it works okay, but you can't rely on it. You could never make plans with a friend to do like a Destiny raid and expect it to work well. And like have a real expectation that it'll work well over cloud gaming. You would always be rolling the dice on whether it works well or badly that day.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to say about, like, let's say that OpenAI collapsed and wasn't bought out, like in that unlikely scenario.
Yeah.
Like you still got like Grok, you still have Gemini, you still have.
I mean, we'll see what happens
Claude.
with Grok given
Like,
the legal troubles it's facing, but
yeah, Grok is a whole other thing, but like.
But
like
no, you're right.
like
Gemini
and
is still
and
not.
stuff, they have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Facebook isn't facing that issue.
like,
Google isn't
the
facing that
thing-
issue. Windows
Yeah.
is kind of facing that issue with
The
Copilot, but just because people don't like it.
Mostly just because people don't like Copilot. But the main disadvantage that OpenAI has had this whole time is that we don't have like a money-making apparatus to lean back on. Like,
Yeah.
the reason why Mark Zuckerberg can go from shiny new toy to shiny new toy, burn billions of dollars on these things and just shrug it off is because
he
Facebook
runs
is
Facebook, and Facebook is a
printing
massive
crazy amount of
money
money.
generation thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their advertising platform
Yeah,
is just huge amounts of money flowing in.
Yeah. So like he has the ability to burn like tens or even hundreds of billions of dollars on AI and still have a company that's in the green. Because that's just how ridiculous his social media network has been.
Yeah.
And Google is in a similar boat where like yes, like AI is losing them tons of money, but they're in a position where they can afford to lose the money. And if Apple
they've
wants
also
to enter this
they've also been
market
doing
too
that
much,
kind
that's
of
what they-
they've been doing that kind of business decision for a long time, where they go into something that's losing money initially because they are spending a bunch of money to make it happen, until eventually they manage to make it work as a business, and they are able to rack up debts until they make it pay off.
Yeah.
Because they just have all that
exactly.
money that it's not actually debt. They can just fund it from their other stuff, and instead of building up debt, they just, we'll make it profitable eventually, and if not, well, that's a bit of a loss, but we're still making money overall.
Yeah. And Elon Musk is in sort of a similar position. Like Grok's issue right now is less financial. I'm sure it's burning money, but because
It's more
Elon
legal.
Musk
Yeah.
is worth so much money, he can afford it. Grok's issue is legal. Grok is doing terrible things.
Yeah. I have never been more glad to
so-
have gotten off Twitter.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I would, like, had I been told what Grok is doing, like, a few years ago, I would have jumped to a conclusion of, like, oh, okay, I know how that ends. But at this point, I don't know how that ends because it is the way of things, it seems.
Yeah.
But yeah. But Gemini, Claude don't have as much of that kind of issue, at least
Yeah.
not at a service level.
And I think you're right that if
Grok, even though it does have that issue, I
sorry, go
think,
ahead.
like, even though Grok does have that issue and it's a horrible issue, it's an issue that can be solved via changing the moderation policies.
Yeah.
Like, they can
Not that they're
they can
going
fix
to,
that
but-
if they wanted to.
Well,
They seem
part
to
of it
be-
is
not unless they
it's
have
really
to.
difficult. Part of it is no, it's actually really difficult because again, AI isn't rules based. It's very hard to control it. People can find ways to get around a
It
lot of the
is
rules very well.
difficult, but it's not. It's difficult,
But other
but
companies
not
are clearly
impossible.
other
because
companies are clearly managing
the-
it way better. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The other, like, I'm not saying that like OpenAI and Gemini and Cloud have ironed out a foolproof strategy, but they're
clearly
their
not having the
moderation
same issue.
policies are yielding more success. Yeah.
So yeah, no,
So-
I very much agree with that.
So there is some level of like control that you can exert over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, whether or not Grok will or not, I have no idea. Or I guess Elon Musk. Grok is the AI. Grok has no autonomy of its own. It's entirely dependent on what the company does.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and I'm also gonna say we get back to the game because we have not moved much.
Yeah.
I do appreciate
Yeah, that's
do
true.
appreciate the conversation, but we
tangent.
should probably keep the game moving a bit.
Yes.
But
yes.
yeah, so we had here この子供に何の責任があるってんだ? So この子供, so 子供 is kid, こんな a kid like this. この子供に何の責任? So 責任 is like responsibility. がある to have responsibility. あるってんだ. So he's basically like, and what the hell kind of responsibility does a kid like this have? So Yuri playing his cool self and saving Patty a little bit. こいつが直接何が悪いことをしたか? So こいつ is like this guy, but in this case he's using it for Patty. So こいつが直接直接 is direct. 何か悪いことをしたか? So 何か what? 悪いこと a bad thing をした it did. So what? Come on. Has she done anything directly to she done anything bad directly to this guy? So he's basically like telling them straight to their face, like, hey, what the fuck are you making a kid deal with? He had no choice in that matter.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Which is very funny knowing what we know about later game plot developments.
Yeah, no, there's a lot about Patty, a lot that I don't understand about Patty, even having completed the game.
Yeah, but what we did learn was that Patty is spoilers for everyone here. Hold your ears for like 10 seconds if you plan to play this game. Patty is Ifreed.
Yeah.
She just doesn't remember it. So technically
Yes.
she did do that.
Yes.
But also
So-
she didn't actually because it was
so-
actually her second in command or whatever.
Yeah.
But also he had good reason. So
Yeah, there's a whole lot of complications to this.
yeah.
How Patty is Ifreed, still don't understand that. She's older than she looks, but also, like, what?
Yeah. But anyway, spoiler talk ends there. Thumbs up so people know that they are good to come back. But yeah, anyway, yeah, that's a fun thing.
ユーリそうカリカリするないつものことなのじゃ
So we have another one of those onomatopoeia
Ma.
here. So ma is,
So
it's like jaw,
yeah.
just kind of, but
And then-
it rather than well then or and so, it's just like, it's like, well, it's a moderation. So like she's kind of telling Yuri, well, Yuri. She's
Yeah.
basically telling him to slow down a bit.
So, is that kari kari?
Yeah, kari kari. So kari kari is an onomatopoeia, meaning like, it's like the sound of like crumbling or like cracking. It's,
Okay.
she's basically telling him, and then suru is like to do. She's basically saying, hey, don't be so prickly.
Okay.
And then itsumo,
Itsumo.
yeah, itsumo. So itsu is one of our question words.
Koto. Itsumo. No koto. No ja. No ja.
Yeah, nanoja. Remember, that's just kind of her sentence ending thing.
Right.
Just the way she does things.
Okay.
But itsu is one of our question
Ye-
words.
Mm-mm-mm.
You remember what itsu is?
Okay. Itsu. No, I'm thinking of Ichi, which is one, but that's not it. Itsu.
It is not ichi, it is not
I
one.
can't remember. Yeah.
Itsu is when.
Sorry, my brain is a little fried.
That's fine. So itsu is when. And so itsumo
When? Okay.
is
Itsumo.
itsumo is always.
Itsuno.
Itsumo no
Always,
koto.
Koto.
Yeah, koto. So koto is like a thing or a matter. It's a thing, but not a physical thing.
So is she basically saying, "No, Yuri, you're so prickly. You're always like this."
Not quite. She's saying, now, Yuri, don't be prickly like that. This is just how it always is.
Oh, okay.
Itsumo no koto. This is how it always. It's always this thing. So
Okay,
she's just
I
saying
see.
like she's basically saying she's used to it.
あんたねこい
Yes.
つはあんたのことを思って
This is a good one to. This is a good one for practice.
Antane. Okay, so Anta is like her casual way of saying you,
Yep.
if I'm remembering that right. Okay. Ne, I'm assuming it's just a sentence ender, like you.
Kind of like, hey,
I
you.
kind of feel like it turned into like really.
Hey, you.
Yeah. Koitsu.
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 We were just discussing that earlier. That's like this guy.
This guy.
Yeah.
This guy is Anta. That's you again.
Yep.
No possessive. Koto.
We were just discussing this one.
Is that like Is that win?
No, this is thing. It's thing, but not a physical thing.
Koto. Okay. Koto o.
And this is omotte. Omo is like to think
Omo.
about.
Hey you. This guy is. Okay. Can I always gonna think this thing about you?
Not quite. So he's actually talking about Yuri here. As a hint.
So he's always gonna be like that? He's always gonna kind of defend you?
She didn't say always. That was Patty that said always. Rita's talking about Yuri right now.
Oh.
And she did not say the word always. Koitsu is just this guy, by which she means Yuri.
Oh, so this guy is... So Yuri is Koto.
Anta no koto.
I think she's Anta no Koto. I think she's basically saying like Yuri's trying to help.
Yeah,
you.
exactly. She's basically like, hey you, he's thinking about you, like, he's thinking about you, like, he's thinking about helping you. He's saying this for your sake, basically.
Yeah.
心配せんでもうちはすぐにこの町を出ていくのじゃ
Okay, I'm gonna handle this one because this is, again, her way of speaking is probably harder to understand for beginners of the language. So, shinpai is worry. Normally do shinpai shinakutemo, but she says shinpai sendemo. It's
Right.
an older way of speaking.
Right.
But it's basically, even if you don't worry. And then she uses uchiwa, so again, that's the I. Sugu ni kono machi o dete iku no ja. Sugu is pretty much immediately. Sugu ni is like immediately. Kono machi, this town. O dete iku, to leave and go away. So, the thing, even if you don't worry about it, I'm leaving this town soon.
じゃあの
Ja Ninja no.
Njano.
What?
So she's basically saying jane, as in like, see you later.
Oh, okay.
So she's basically going, later.
ちょっとあんた
Well, that's oh, wait, you, or just
Yeah.
a minute, you.
Yeah. Hey, you, hold
Wait
on.
1 second. I can translate the dot dot dot.
True.
Ooh.
Not good.
No mata.
This is one word here. Mataku is basically like, geez, or like, really?
Oh,
Come
okay.
on. That's
Right,
the kind of
okay.
sentiment
パ
it's
ティ
expressing.
がアイフリードの孫ってどういうことでしょう
So here we have
Patty is granddaughter.
Patty ga aifrido mago te. So again, this little te on the end is quotative. So Patty being
Oh,
Ifrit's
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
granddaughter, it's kind of quoting that idea, and then after the second dot dot.
Do I koto deshio.
So yep. So do was our how, you. So do you
Yeah.
is like, how do you say, or like, what sort of meaning is a good way of taking it. So do you koto, do you koto desho is like, what could this mean?
そんな話聞いたことないけ
It's a
ど
very common phrase.
本当なのかな
And he goes, sonna hanashi, so like a story, like discussion like that or a story like that. Kita koto nai kido. So kita is past tense of to listen. And then we have koto.
Right.
So, and then we have nai, which is the negative of adu, like to have. So kita koto
Right.
nai. Heard thing,
Kita koto.
don't have. How do you translate that?
Kita koto nai. I feel like it's kind of like we don't really have. We don't really have the information. We're just kind of going off
Not
hearsay.
quite. So, kita koto nai, it actually translates very closely to how you'd say it in English. I haven't heard of it. Or
Okay.
I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard of it.
So, kita,
Okay.
past tense, heard. Koto,
Yeah.
the thing of having, basically. The matter of having. Or the matter of hearing. Matter of having heard. Or matter of heard. You know, and then aru, have, or in this case, nai, have not. I don't have the matter of hearing this, or having heard this. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I haven't... その話聞いたことないけど I haven't heard anything like that, but 本当なのかな? Could it really be like that? Or could that really be true?
Okay.
さあどうだろうな。にしても
さあ、
アイフリードってそこまで評判悪いのか。
do the ro Daro?
Oh, yep.
Daro na. Do Daro na.
So we have dole, which was one of our
so-
question words.
Yes. Do and then Daro. Daro.
I'll give you a hint. Daro is the plain
Daro,
form
no.
of something else we've heard a lot like in this session. But we
Is it
normally...
rather des?
Yes, there you go. And so what do you think this is the plain form of
Okay.
as far as other forms of des go?
I think this is like a present tense a bit. Or
Kind
wait,
of.
maybe it's past tense. I feel like
It
I've
is.
heard
It's
of
more. It's
not being
non-past.
a
It's not
tense.
past.
Oh, okay.
What other form of des have we heard from a few characters recently that I had to explain to you?
There was like the negative form of it.
There was Janai, but not that one. I'll give you a hint. It happens a lot with wondering.
Oh, is this like turning into a question?
Yes, but
So that's
what
like
was the
a
other? What was the
des
other? Not des. It was deshol. So deshol.
Deshol.
Deshol is like polite form of this. Daro is if you're speaking more casually. The same way des
Okay.
is the same way des is polite for is, and da is casual.
Right.
Deshol is kind of wondering
Right.
politely. Daro is wondering casually.
Right. Nishitemo.
Yeah, so this is
Nishitemo.
so nistemo.
Nishitemo.
Nistemo is it's like but even so.
But even so, okay.
So he's saying, "Sa, do
Uh,
daro na?" It's basically like, well, who knows?
Yeah. Ifurito. Ifrit. So this is Ifrit.
I read, yeah.
Ifrit. Ifrit. Ifrit te.
So what was that? Te?
The te is like a quotation
Correct. Yes.
saying like quoting the last thing. Soko. Sokomo. So that's also
Not mole.
Sokomo de.
Not
Oh, ma.
mole. Yeah, there you go.
Made.
Soko made. So made
Soko
means
made.
like until. So soko made until there.
Yeah. Until there, and then. I'm
So we have
not sure
Hyobon.
what the context-
Hyobon is like it's like evaluation. And then warui means bad. So
Right.
soko made hyobon warui no ka?
Yeah. So I think he's basically saying, like, even if she is Ifrit's granddaughter, you know, unless she does something bad.
Not quite. So that remember he's quoting Ifrit's name. So he's kind of saying,
Yeah.
even so, is Ifrit's evaluation that bad? Sokomade
Okay.
hyobon warui. So is his reputation bad to that point.
Okay.
So yeah, basically, like, even so, is that Ivory guy's reputation that bad?
ブラックホープ号事件でギルドの信用を地に貶めたから、ギルドの関係者は悪く言う人が多いよね。
Okay. So, we have, do you want to try to read the katakana here?
I'm gonna need help.
I believe in you.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's foo, but it's got the
The 10-10, yeah.
boo.
Boo, yes.
Boo. Butsu. Butsu?
Nope, it's not oo.
Oh.
It's not su, it's not oo. Farther down on the chart.
Ra.
Ra, there you go.
Boo ra. Boo rot. Boo rotsu.
That's a small tsu, so it's
Actually, how do you
short.
do that small tsu?
It's the same as in hiragana.
Yeah.
It shortens the vowel that comes before it, hardens the consonant after it.
Boo. Okay. Buraku.
There you go. So that's one word there. I'm gonna say
Buraku.
that's one word.
Okay, Buraku.
What is that word?
Buraku?
Remember, it's katakana, so it's probably an English word.
Yeah.
Buraku.
Is that like a rock?
Nope.
It sounds like Buraku.
Buraku.
Buraku. It sounds like Brock, like the name Brock, but I don't know.
Kind of. Remember what sounds Japanese can't make.
They struggle with la, but I don't think it's that.
What if it
These-
was?
What?
What if it was that?
Roku. Roku.
Buraku.
Is it luck?
Nope, not
Is
luck.
it luck? Luku.
Remember that first one. Buraku.
Roku. Is it Luku?
Don't forget the
I don't
first.
know.
Don't forget the first sound.
Well, is it the la replacing the first sound?
No. We have boo. Remember.
Oh.
Boo la. Buraku. Buraku.
Buraku. Buraku.
The law will be
Block?
replacing the raw. Block is close, but not quite. There's also a vowel sound that they can't make like we do.
Block?
Not block.
I'm not sure.
It's black.
Black.
They can't do ah. They can only do ah.
Black.
Buraku.
Okay.
Buraku. That's how that's them trying to say black.
Black. Okay. Black. Okay.
And then we have the next bit of katakana.
Poo. But I'm not sure what comes after the poo.
That's kanji. Don't worry about that one. So we
Oh,
have
Okay.
what comes after black.
Well, there's a line, but then after that,
The one before the
it's,
line. We didn't do the one before the line.
Oh.
The lengthener.
Hopu.
Hope.
Black Hope.
There you go. Black Hope.
Black Hope.
You got it. So Black Hope, and then that last one is goal, which is it means like number, but it's often used to say like a ship of that number. So the Black Hope, the ship, the Black Hope.
Oh, okay. The ship.
So yeah, Black Hope jiken de. Jiken is like an incident. So in the
Okay.
Black Hope incident, Yudo no Shinyo o hokani, I don't remember how he pronounced that. I remember it's like to lose. So something to put cut off. So because of the because they lost trust, Shinyo is trust. So because they lost the trust of others of other guilds during the Black Hope incident, Yudo no Kankeisha. So Kanke is like related, Sha is like people. So people related to the guilds. Wa waruku yu hito wa waruku yu. So waruku is bad, yu is to say. So people who speak badly. So people related to the guilds speak badly. Or yeah, then we have hito. So people who speak badly ga oi. There are a lot of them. So because they lost the trust of the guilds in the Black Hope incident, a lot of people who are related to the guilds will speak badly of them.
Right.
Or will speak badly of him.
That's just I see.
Yep. I see.
Yeah,
ユーリ
Naruto's understand.
Yeah.
Yuri. That is. I think it's usually ha, but then there's the pa.
Yep. Pa.
Pate. Patate. Oh, Patty.
Yep. Patty.
Hoto.
Yep.
Hoto e te kai te
Yep. Te.
pain des.
In des. Yeah. So hotoku is like to like leave it alone. So Patty hotoite
Yeah.
hotoite I. Is it so that's like if you leave it alone, okay, good. So basically, like,
Right.
oh, is it okay to just leave Patty alone like that?
あの子のことよ強く生きるわきっと
Anoko no koto. So Ko is child. So if it's that child, she's strong. That child. Tsuyoku ikiru wa. She lives strongly. Like she's got a strong will. Ito. So
Right.
Ito's like surely. So that child, she surely like lives on her own strength, or she has a strength of heart.
ああ、それより早く帰らないとおっさんが待ちくたびれてまた悪さを始めかねないぜ。
Yeah, this is a lot. So それは早く帰らないと. So それより is like more, so more than that. Hayaku is fast. Kaeranai, don't return. To, and then to marks it as like if or when we don't return. So if we don't return quickly, Otsan, old man, ga mochi kutabirete. Machi kutabirete. So machi is to wait. Matsu is to wait. Machi kutabiru is like to get tired of waiting.
So they're saying
Go ahead.
Raven's gonna get tired of waiting if they don't head back.
Basically. If we don't head back quick, Raven might get tired of waiting for us. Mata warusa wa hajime kanenai ze. So, and he might end up doing something troublesome again.
そうですね
I suppose so.
Is that so? Yeah. All right.
We have a skit.
Hey.
Can you read the skit name?
Oh, it's Fu that's usually toe. I think that's with that. It is do.
Yep. Ifrido.
Ifrido. Oh, Ifrido.
Yep, I freed.
パティ
Yeah.
大丈夫でしょうか
So, I wonder if Patty's okay.
強い子ですものそのうちまたひょっこり顔を出すわ
Tsuyoiko desu mono. That's, oh, she's a strong girl. Again, very feminine way of speaking. そのうち、またひょっこり顔を出すわ。She's saying, in time, she'll, so そのうち, in that time, またひょっこり顔を出すわ。She'll, ひょっこり is kind of like saying she'll, like, there's a suddenness to it. Mata is once again, and then kao o dasu is like to show your face. Oh, she'll pop up again soon.
Okay.
Oh shit, I skipped it.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh well.
Oh.
I keep doing that. I keep
was just
skipping
thinking
skits.
I was just thinking that's a short skit.
No, I keep skipping skits accidentally because if I hit circle, it backs out of the like skip menu. If I pause, it goes to the skip menu, and then if I hit circle, it backs out of it. But if I hit X, it closes it. It just skips the scene, and I keep forgetting and hitting X. Okay, so we're gonna save there.
Yeah.
Sounds like you are getting tired and probably running out of steam.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're
it's
good.
a lot to absorb.
It is.
Sort of. It's a little bit. But I learned a lot today. I really appreciate that.
You did
because
really
I feel
good. Like you really
I feel
pushed through
like-
and got a lot of those translations well.
Yeah. I feel like the more I do it, like I start getting patterns and stuff, like certain, less so with the kanji. There are
Yeah.
a couple kanjis like hito that keep coming up that I can kind of recognize.
Yeah, Hito and Miru are two that you've gotten pretty well.
But more so like but more so like the hiragana and katakana, and I like learning about like the different ways that each of them are speaking. Like it's very interesting to me that they all had a different way that they say the word, like we,
Yeah.
and like the fact that
Yeah, we literally heard,
Rita
I think,
had,
5
like-
different forms of we this time.
Yeah, and the fact that Rita kind of, I don't want to say slurs the word anata, but she says it in a very incomplete way.
Yeah, and that's very,
Which I guess makes it
that
more
anta
casual.
pronunciation is it's very common as a casual thing. Again, it is casual to the point that if you do it to someone who you're not very familiar with, it will come across as fairly rude and like confrontational.
I feel like that's on brand for Rita. I feel like she has no time for
Oh,
politeness.
absolutely. That is 100% on brand for Rita.
Yeah.
The fact that,
Yeah, thank you so
like,
much.
as you said, that matches her entire personality perfectly. That it is a little bit confrontational.
Yes, absolutely. I appreciate that. I liked like the little bit of interesting tidbit about Patty, how she like kind of has this weird blend of childish speak and like old man speak.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of adorable.
Yep. Yeah. The way they tried to do it a little bit in English, but it's really hard to do because she speaks like a kid in a lot of ways, but also she calls Yuri lad in a way that is very much like an old man, like an old person.
Yeah, it's
Not just Yuri, but like Yuri, Carol,
it doesn't translate well to
like
English.
lad and lass for like speaking people, and it comes across kind of piratey in English, not so
Yeah.
much old person. And that's part of the problem, is in English those two are similar enough that you don't really get the old person in favor of the pirate because you see the pirate imagery.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. This is I mean, it's something that we've talked about to a more simplified degree when it comes to Fate, because even though we're playing the English translation of it, they choose not to translate a couple words. Like they choose not to translate senpai because there really
Yeah.
isn't an English equivalent to it.
There
But
really
I-
isn't, yeah.
Like I would argue if you're doing an English yeah, I
You-
would argue
you
that if you're
could-
doing an English translation, like I think the most natural thing is just to have like the character's name. You lose the nuance,
You
but
do.
that nuance doesn't exist in English
I mean, you could say senior, and I have
Because-
seen translations
because
do
you
that.
don't refer to some. I think that would be acceptable, but it would still be a little awkward.
It
But
is.
you
It
could
is definitely a little
absolutely
awkward.
do
Like
that. And, like,
it gets
like,
across the nuance while accepting the fact that that
Yeah.
nuance isn't conveyable without some awkwardness in English.
Yeah, Exactly.
Senpai,
Because like I
this is,
don't.
I mean, this is
think that-
why I saw a joke recently. Actually, I actually should share this with you because it's very. I thought the joke was quite good. But it was shared with me that the joke is basically goes like, what was it? Let me find it again. It was in a meme channel, something like that. A translator, a localizer, and a fan subber walk into a bar, a McDonald's, and an izakaya. There you
What's
go.
an izakaya?
What do you think?
Well, isekai is like to be transported to another world,
I'll tell you, you're thinking about it the wrong way.
or at least that's
Think
the
about
genre
this.
of
Think
it.
about this. That phrase as a joke. There's no second line to this. That is the entire joke. A translator, a localizer, and a fan subber walk into a bar, a McDonald's, and an izakaya.
Oh, I think I understand. The fan subber like throws in like random Japanese.
Not random Japanese. But you've got the idea. The translator.
Well, not random Japanese, but the
Yeah. They throw in. They just use the Japanese word because that has the most nuance. The translator
yes.
finds the best English equivalent of what they're saying. So they say a bar. Truly an izakaya and a bar are a little different. But the closest thing we really have in English is a bar, like in the English speaking world. And then the localizer makes some crazy decision about how like we're just gonna say it's McDonald's because we have to deal with like all kinds of like regulations and rules and other things, and like because they're like trying to localize a show and maybe they don't want to have alcohol, so instead of a bar it's going to be a McDonald's.
Sure. Okay.
It's that kind of that's basically the joke. Is they're all walking into the same place, but they're all calling it something different because they're translating it differently. Technically, they're all walking into an izakaya, which is a Japanese restaurant that mostly focuses on serving alcohol, but also tends to serve some kind of snack style foods to go with it. The closest equivalent is like a sports bar I'd say in English, like where they'll serve alcohol, but they'll also maybe like serve
or like a
appetizers.
Pub.
Yeah, a pub is also a great idea, a great like close enough to it kind of thing.
Yeah, because you go to a pub and they serve alcohol there, but you're not necessarily going there.
The primary thing you're
alcohol.
going,
you might be.
I'd say it's actually the opposite. In this case, the primary thing you go to an izakaya for is typically the alcohol, but they also have food to go with it.
Yeah, so that
it's closest to a pub, but almost
so
flipped.
Because like I'm. Yeah, because like the priority shifts because when I go to like a pub with people, like we're getting like burgers and stuff, and maybe I don't drink, they might get a drink, but like I'm perfectly fine going to a pub because like pub food is usually fine.
Yeah, exactly,
and it's usually a fairly casual atmosphere. It's not like a bar atmosphere there.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying like a sports bar maybe, because like when you go to a sports bar, you're mostly there for the alcohol, but also they have like you can order like pretzels and other like snacks to like kind of go through in the meantime.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's closest to that's pretty cool. I'd say a izakaya is really somewhere between a sports bar and a pub. They tend to have better food than a sports bar, but the focus is still the alcohol.
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
And so, as we said, like
okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
The translator goes, bars probably the best thing I can say to give an English speaker a quick idea of the kind of establishment we're going into. They translate the word, maybe not perfectly, but well enough that that an English speaker who has no knowledge of Japanese will get the idea.
Because you don't the audience won't bump against the idea that they're going to a bar.
Exactly. And then the fan sub, the localizer. Let's be honest, accuracy is one of the lowest. Accuracy can potentially be one of the lowest priorities of localizers. Local laws and regulations, or even just, we don't necessarily want the same feel the original had. We want it to feel we want it for this audience rather than the original audience is something they think a lot about.
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
Not necessarily. I will say, the answer is that a good localizer would probably have also said bar. There's a lot of not so good localization. So they end up saying a
Yes.
McDonald's. And
Sure.
the
yeah.
fan subber goes, look, bar isn't right, pub isn't right, sports bar isn't right. I'm going to say izakaya because that is what it is. It is the most accurate description of what they're going into, and there is no English perfect equivalent for this, which is something a lot of fan subbers tend to make as a decision.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah. So that's I had a feeling you'd enjoy that joke. Also, I realized I kind of want to get through the end of Nordapolka here before I stop. So I think I'm going to go a little bit farther if you don't mind.
おや、さっ
We
き
can kind
の
of
お
rush
客
through it.
さんだね。
Okay. Okie
Oh.
dokie.
Oh yeah, Saki no Kyaku-san da ne. So it's the customers from before.
もしかしてあんたのお連れさんって派手な服装のヘラヘラした人かい？
So she says, Moshikashite, it couldn't be, but or could it possibly be Anta no Otsure-san, the person who you were talking about who it was part of your group, and then with the quoted te on there. Hade, so Hade is like flashy. Hade na fukuso, so flashy clothing. No, hera is like kind of ambling, or not even like wandering, but kind of like ambling around. Even less direction, potentially like swaying a little bit. Like there's a very major image of them being like kind of haggard, or like, you know, they're really in no rush and kind of maybe swaying a little bit on their feet. It's yeah. And so herashita. So herashita hitokai. So could it be that the person you were talking about in your group, they're a person wearing flashy clothing and kind of ambling about?
Ah, そのヘラヘラだ。
Yeah, that ambler.
That's like Yuri agreeing.
That's him literally repeating the fact that he's kind of ambling. Yeah. Yep. That very ambler.
そうかい。
Oh, is that so?
お代はもらってるから好きに休んでおくれな。
So she said odai. Dai is like exchange. She's literally saying like the payment has already been handled. Odai wa moratteru kara. I've already received the payment. Tsuki ni yasunde okure na. So go ahead and rest as you like. So basically, Raven already paid for us. You know what? For once, good on you, Raven.
Cool.
We shall rest.
もう休むか。
All right. Guess we should rest then.
そうですね。旅の疲れもありますし。
So desu ne. I suppose that's so. Tabi travel no tsukare mo arimasu shi. We're definitely tired from our travels.
Mm-hmm.
Raven has rejoined the
joined
party. Yep. Oh, cutscene. Hello, Estelle.
Oh, I think this is the cutscene where is it Pharaoh that confronts her here?
No, Pharaoh confronted her back in Dawngrest.
Oh, okay.
But now she's just coming out and looking at the boat.
It's a nice boat.
城に帰りたくなったか。
Shiro's castle, Kaeru is to return, so. And then Tai makes it want, so. And then Nadu is to become, so. What, have you started to want to go back to the castle?
いえ、ちょっと落ち着こうと思って。
Ochitsuku is like, to calm down. You're right, she doesn't know.
Yeah.
ちょっと落ち着こう. So that's like the let's form. So, and then to omotte. So I was thinking I should calm down a little bit. Oh, did you get disconnected? I'm assuming Pending got disconnected.
フェローに言われた言葉が耳から離れないんです。
Okay, so Pharaoh ni iwareta kotoba, the words that Pharaoh said to me. Mimi kara hanarenai desu. I can't get them out of my head. Technically, she says she can't get them out of her ear. Like,
Sorry,
she
I
can't separate them from her ears.
disconnected for a sec.
Yeah, I had a feeling that's what was going on. I can invite you back.
I did realize something when that happened, though.
Yeah?
So I thought it was my Wi-Fi stick dying.
Yeah?
But when it happened this time, I actually looked at it, and it's not the Wi-Fi stick.
Oh,
Even though
interesting.
I thought it was the Wi-Fi stick because my modem never showed it as disconnecting. But no, on the Wi-Fi, it shows that I was still connected, but just had no internet. So I guess it is
Interesting. It might be the modem then.
the internet hiccuping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though the modem never showed a disconnect, but
Yeah. So
also
you missed-
I hit accept, but it didn't seem to do anything.
Huh.
I guess given that we're coming up towards the end, I can look at it via the stream.
That's true. Or I can just do this, maybe?
Oh yeah, I can look at it this way too. Yes, this will
So-
mean that I.
She's
have
basically
the screen
saying
delay.
pero ni so iu is to say, but she says iwareta, so it's passive now. And then kotoba, so the words that Pharaoh said to me, or the words that were said to me by Pharaoh.
Mhm.
Mimi kara hanarenai desu. So mimi is ear, kara is from, hanareru is to like separate from or like to let go of. So she's saying
Okay. So
Basically
she's basically saying it's hard to let go of what Pharaoh said.
yeah, she's basically saying I can't get what Pharaoh said to me out of my head. Would be probably the most equivalent English thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
なんか言ってたな。
Yeah, nanka, like something, and then itetta, said was saying something. Oh yeah, he was saying something huh? Yuri is so casual about everything.
Yeah.
世界の特